Hello, hello. Welcome back to Charmed Persons. Glad to have you. Glad to see you here. We are returning to the Erubrion campaign today. Tomorrow is going to be the next session in the Star Wars campaign. But other than that, that's really the only business I think we need to get to before the session starts. So let's just jump right into it, because I'm ready to have a spooky time. As you can hear, the storm outside of Volumen is raging. Okay, so starting off with a recap of last week, our party had found themselves on the continent of Samtia, an entire continent away from where they had originally started, where they were helping the Wild, an elite group of soldiers underneath the Kingdom of Volumen's flag, to defeat the Green Dragon Ysilvor. Upon doing so, they also defeated the White Dragon Rheindal, who had come to inform Ysilvor of Pildor's plans, which were then seen through visions by Mistra and the Great Ones by the rest of the party, as Pildor attempted to ride Alekar and the giant blue dragon and recruit the ancient red dragon Vrod to his side. Almost doing so, Pildor and Alekar definitely almost right on the verge of killing Vrod, but then Shar's hand, the giant smoke dragon Colossal, appeared and defeated Alekar in a single breath, causing Pildor to teleport away in terror, and then the Colossal's essence combined with the dying body of the ancient dragon Vrod to create an even more adversarial foe, and a new Colossal. The party, realizing that that is something that they are not necessarily ready for, started to turn their attention to Lake Peak, where Meister Francile had told them to come because he was nervous about Fiona's inventions, the leader of the Industrial Science Society, and the interim mayor of the town of Lake Peak. However, Rev was pulled aside by an illusory Thalia Ganondel, who was the captain of the Wild and Pharaoh Ganondel's sister. He was pulled aside, and it was revealed to be the Rakshasa, who had been sent to attack them by Pildor, aka Xavier Synax, sessions and sessions ago when the party first met Rey. That's when they were battling the Rakshasa. The Rakshasa didn't realize what he had gotten himself into with the new leveled up and more prepared party, and he was quickly dispatched. And they decided to return to Volumen because the Rakshasa had letters on him from Demetrius Frey that informed the party that the Rakshasa was under Demetrius's control, and that Demetrius had returned and was starting a coven of new vampires, all in an effort to grow in power and also to reach the Library of Ancients in Volumen and find the book that he had sent Rev to find so long ago. Our party made their way to Volumen. As they approached, they saw the awe-inspiring landscape of the city of Volumen, which is a sprawling city in a field of plains with 10 to 15 foot marble carved walls all the way around the city. The city itself spans quite a large, vast space of land, but then the real kicker of Volumen, the real beauty of it, are the four arching pillars of marble carved stone that come from the four cardinal directions of the walls of the city and arch into a platform that is about the size of a third of the bottom part of the city, and that is a tier of the upper class part of the city, where Yeah, the platform is so large that it can house the king's castle and the Giltris Giltris Institute of Magics, and upper class shops and upper class residential housing, and then beneath the arches themselves are carts that go on cables to make the journey to the upper tier of the city. As they were approaching, Elburn, using his gifted magical item from Mistra, decided it would be a smart idea to scry on Pharaoh Ganondel's parents. Upon doing so, actually no, he scried on Rev's dad. He scried on Rev's dad. And in scrying on Rev's dad, found that Rev's dad was visiting Pharaoh Ganondel's parents in the city of Faluin, where we last left off. Pharaoh Ganondel's mother looked to Rev's father and said, "Please, come in. So you, Elburn, you are still experiencing this vision. That's right where we left off, and you're scrying currently on Rev's father." And he walks into the Ganondel's estate, and it's a pretty modest home, but also very ornately decorated. Definitely of an upper class family for sure. There seem to be no servants of any kind. As he walks in, it seems to be just Pharaoh's mother and father, whose names are. Let me pull that up.
Generic elf name to be killed.
No, they already have names.
Mama und Papa.
Mama and Papa.
Their names are Orist and Saria. So Orist and Saria, they welcome in Rev's father, and as they do, he has a very calm demeanor about him. Very charmingly smiles, and she kind of gestures to the table and she says, "Please, would you like to sit?" And he says, "Oh, of course. So, basically, I just wanted to come here to tell you that, well, unfortunately, it seems our sons have..."
Oh, you fucker.
"Fallen to their demise at the hands of the group calling themselves Lake Peak 7. I'm sorry to be able to tell you this." And Pharaoh, or Saria and Orist, they both immediately kind of step back, and their eyes widen. And Saria just steps forward. How do you know of this? How do you know that this is what happened?" He just kind of lowers his head. "I saw it with my own eyes. I barely escaped myself. You see, when we were in the city of Duskhall, it was during the dragon attack. I'm sure you know of it. You seem to suffer your own. I'm glad that you were able to make it through that. But during the attack, it turns out that they were working with some... Well, I don't know how else to say this. Some cult calling themselves the Angelkin. And, well, they turned on my son and yours. Apparently they were the only two that were not involved." And he continues to talk, and as the conversation continues, your spell fades, and your spell ends with him just talking to Pharaoh's parents and telling them this tale of how their son and his son have perished due to the Lake Peak 7.
Yeah, so I scream immediately. Will not do it if I don't peek anything.
Everybody kind of stops
and I look
immediately.
I go, Rev, Dad, at Pharaoh's, at your, and I point at Thalia and Dane, and I go, at your parents, we need to go now.
Thalia
Did
and
you just call
Dane.
Rev Dad?
Thalia and Dane don't hear
You don't
a
have-
second word and immediately start galloping on their lay car towards the city.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with them. I feel like that's enough information.
yeah.
Are we on horses?
Hop on
right now?
Gustav.
Those of you who don't have a steed of your own are on horses. Yeah.
I
Blast
and I
off into
immediately
the
like,
sky.
what? I like.
They'll never not
turn to
get
my
it.
horse and go Shadowfax. Show us the meaning of hate. Ah! Like charge.
Yeah, Laszlo runs next to you guys, activates his boots, and then you see these small bursts of fire. It's pretty new technology, so it definitely happens in like spurts and sputters, and so you definitely find yourself like catching your balance, but it doesn't affect your movement at all, and it just doesn't look very pretty.
I want to definitely stay within range of Featherfall and Laszlo.
Okay.
So just in case, I'm trying to keep that in
For
mind.
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
parallel with the ground, like 5 inches above it.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing.
Like levitating.
So the lay car are slightly faster than the horses, and so they immediately start putting some distance between you guys. You were pretty close to the city. You were just a couple miles out, so it does still take you about like 10 minutes to actually get to the city walls, and the storm is just raging as you guys are going. You're covered in rain, and as you guys get close to the walls,
Atticus
you see
looks very sexy riding a horse. Continue.
Oh my
as
god.
you guys get close, you see that the gates are actually closed, but Thalia and Dane, being so far ahead of you, and also Thalia being captain of the Wild, the guard immediately recognize her and start opening the gates. And although they have to pause to wait, by the time you guys catch up, the gates are pretty much open, and you're able to head on into the city. As you do so, it is a city that is very alive, despite the ongoing storm. There are people walking to and fro. The first thing that hits you about this city is the sheer wealth behind it all. Everything, a lot of the structures, especially the older ones, are made out of carved marble. The pathways are stone, but they're so smooth that you don't see the creases of the brick or the creases of the gravel in the road. It's just a smooth stone road, and that allows very easy traveling for your horses and your carts. And as you guys are making your way through, Thalia and Dane immediately look to some of the guards, and they look to the rest of the Wild. Thalia says, the rest of you, bunk up, go to headquarters, take these with you. And she kind of looks over and informs the guard at the gates of what's going on. And as she does so, she continues to make her way to the Ganondel estate. The rest of you follow. It's a very quick way to be introduced to the city. People are just kind of looking and staring at all of you. They're pretty used to the lake car being in Faluin, so the giant wolf kind of pouncing through the streets isn't something that bothers them that badly. But the rest of you are definitely, especially Laszlo, it's a sight to behold. But you're running by so quickly that they really can't, make heads or tails of it. So you eventually get to the Ganondel estate. You see that it is in the lower tier of the city. It's closer to the center. It is in a row of houses. It's a 2-story home. They seem very well made, but honestly, it kind of seems like as wealthy and as nice as these houses are, these are like the middle class, like suburban homes, basically. which is crazy. It yet again just shows you how wealthy the city is. And she immediately, Thalia gets to their estate. There's a couple of guards outside, immediately recognize her. She doesn't even wait for them to open the gates. Her and Hope. Hope just leans back and pounces over the 10-foot iron gate that is in front of the Ganondel house. Dane follows her as well. By the time you guys get there, the gates are open. The guards start to, like, stop you. And then Dane just yells back, "They're with us, let them through." And they both run up to the doors. Thalia humps off Hope, pushes open the doors, and runs inside. The rest of you follow?
Yeah, I do the same. I immediately.
Yeah.
Follow.
You guys run. You guys run into the home. It's a nice home, as I said, Elburn. It's exactly how you saw it in your vision. There's just a really nice dining room off to the left that's openly connected to a very nice kitchen. There's a study off to the right that's very large and open. And then there's a staircase that leads up to some rooms up at the top, you presume. Thalia, by the time you have entered the house, is already returning from the kitchen and walks into the study and doesn't see anyone. "Mother? Father?" She gets up the staircase, starts running up. You all wait for just a second as she, but the house seems empty.
What?
I immediately start to look around for any signs of like struggle or any sign of what could have happened to them if they're not there.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
I want to walk around with divine sense. It's if they're not behind total cover. So.
Yeah, I want to.
Sorry, 15.
No, go ahead.
15.
Yeah.
Eric, you walking around, kind of lightly touch your holy symbol. There's a slight glow, and you feel kind of like an echolocation, kind of aura exude from you. And you do not currently sense any undead, fiend, or celestials. Elburn, with that 15, you're investigating around. The first thing, especially with the 15, that strikes you is there are no clear signs of struggle. It doesn't seem like there's been any combat or any. Everything looks to be pretty similar to what you saw it. You do notice that the like meat pie that Oris Ganondel was eating is unfinished there on the table still. And you notice that there is a note that is folded up and is sticking out of the meat pie.
I knew it.
It's a waste of a
I
good meat.
take it and I immediately open it and read it to myself first. But.
You open it up and read it, and it says.
Sorry, I just saw roll 20.
It says,
Rose.
"Dear Seven, stay away, or more of your loved ones will join my coven. It's that simple. Your old friend Demetrius." And then as you open it, not only clearly does it say what I just said, but another note folded up within this note pops out, and it says "To Rev."
I quickly hand the letter to Thalia, the first letter. Thalia, and I go, Rev, you've got a note here.
Can you just read it?
Yeah. And I open it up, and I before I start, I go like, "Here," and I go out loud or to myself. Okay. And I start reading it out loud.
Okay. "My son, I understand that you feel this evil must be fought, that what is happening is wrong and must be pushed away. I understand this, my boy, as I taught you to fear these things. But I was wrong, my son. Your gut instincts were right. Demetrius is a good man. He did not ask to be morphed into this powerful entity that he is now. He simply wanted his child alive and well. I can relate to this. Demetrius wants to defeat Rikavar. He still wants to use the spell to unbind his soul. Then, together, we can all use our power to defeat the demon. Then we can live in a world together with power to use for good, and to create a world where fathers and sons can live without the fear of death tearing them apart. Please, my son. Demetrius misses Elliot something fierce. I know his pain. I know the pain of wishing your son would return to you and return to your ways. Come back to me. Bring Elliot back to his father. Let us defeat this demon and live together again. Remember my poem, son. And there is a poem that is on the note that I will now show to you. Sadly, the boy walks alone. Tears of pain fill his soul. All the paths ahead lead to pain, yet hope still remains. A hope that survives the sorrow, washes away the paths of pain. A hope that he has always had. You, my son, your hope is your own. Return to me, your loving father.
Return to me, your loving father. So that's back shit. Are we clear about that?
Sounds kind of
So Demetrius is bad, right?
for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
confirmed.
Got it. I'm on the same page now.
Demetrius was the reason that we don't have Willem anymore.
I mean,
Right.
I think you guys. I think it's really important to hear from Rev and Elliot right now.
Anything?
I'll look
Rev?
over at Rev. Put a hand on his shoulder if I'm next to him.
I want to believe some of these words, but I can't trust this as anything else but manipulation.
Rev, make an insight check for me.
I'm going to use my magic brain dice to add a d8 to that
Okay.
roll because I'm proficient in it.
Rain dice.
Uh-huh. It's a real thing. Don't look it up.
I won't question it.
Sure.
It's a 26.
26. All right. Well, with the 26, you learned quite a few things. One, first and foremost, you learned that whatever you've been seeing, whatever you've been hearing, is not an illusion. It's not some trick. As evil or as dastardly as it may be, your father is in some form still around. These words feel true to him, which makes it hurt more, especially the part about knowing what it feels like to wanting a son to return. But also, it feels different. It feels as if it is your father, but as if your father is being used. And then that's when you grab the poem and you look a little bit closer. And you notice that your father might not be fully gone, for he left you a message in this poem.
I see the message.
And what is that message, Rev?
It says "stay away." Looking at the
First letter of
letter.
every line. Yep. First letter of every line of the poem spells out "stay away." It seems as if your father is being used by Demetrius and is being controlled, but in a way that still allows him to try to communicate with you. And that's what you get out of the 26.
part of my father might still be in there, but Demetrius has a hold on him, and yeah,
Yeah. That's not my dad. That's not been my dad for a long time.
I don't know if there's going to be a way to get those people back, Elliot, but I'm going to do my best to keep you safe.
I've mourned the loss of my father for long enough. I'm with you now, Rev. And I'm with you guys. Turns and looks at the rest of you. And then he looks at Elburn.
Stare
Even
at
you.
Atticus.
I raise a finger.
around
to
Elliot,
just
kind
go.
of. Most of the time.
So what does this mean? Thalia says. Where are my parents?
Is there any other clue in the letter, Brad?
I would have shared the stay away bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and with a 26, I will tell you, you feel confident that there is no other hidden meaning in this letter.
I mean, Thalia, you know your parents. Do you think that they would just teleport with somebody randomly, or do you think they could just be in the city within a couple minutes? You know, we might be able to
I mean,
track them down.
my parents aren't necessarily gullible, but they love their children.
I do in that moment relate the last half of what I saw of them
Yeah, because
Rev's
at this
father.
point he had only shouted, blah blah blah. So yeah, Elburn
Yeah.
fills you in on the rest of the vision.
And I finished by saying, and he's doing a very good job of trying to make us look like a very destructive power that killed Pharaoh and killed Rev.
Well, but that wasn't very long ago. So they're either nearby or they teleported, right?
Yeah, they could be.
If they teleported, they could be anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's a safe bet that someone's
Thalia-
alerting someone to our presence, which means Thalia
Thalia
and
speak-
Nick are gonna have to do something about it.
Thalia speaks up in that moment and she says, even if they didn't teleport, the city is massive, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no mud roads to make tracks. It would be impossible to find them.
Could Hope or Gustav follow a trail?
He can try.
Yes,
I
as
could
well.
try, too.
Gidget can
Morphine
try.
out.
So Ray, you go ahead and make a survival check, and then Gustav make a perception check with advantage. He would have it already, but Hope's helping him out as well.
Gidget sort of just like pretends to look with them.
Yeah, Gidget just hops onto Gustav's back.
Moral support.
Not great. Yeah. 7.
Okay.
6 and a 2.
That's at advantage? Wow. Ooh. What about you, Shmanj?
Out of 10.
Unfortunately,
Inspiration.
Cities aren't my strong suit.
yeah, unfortunately,
Oh, Angie.
you do have inspiration if you want.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, because you gave it to me and I didn't use it and I gave it back.
Okay.
That's if you want to use it for this, but you don't.
I have inspiration. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I think this is important.
Yeah, for sure.
But cities are not my strong suit. 16.
16. Okay, so Gustav is a scent guy. And with this rain and the storm washing away the scents, it's just too hard for him to catch a scent. Hope the same way. It's just too hard
Too
for him to catch a
distracted by
scent.
Gidget on top of Gustav's back. Very excited about it.
Yeah.
He actually didn't help at all.
But you, Ray, you don't like look at the ground for tracks of the Ganondels. You know yourself enough to know, okay, I'm not good at cities. The ground is flat and hard. I'm not going to be able to see anything there. So you begin to look up, and you first of all see the guards out at the side of the gates. And you notice that they're, one, looking back at you, but then two, both of them are continuing to look to the right as well. They're looking back at you guys and then over to the right. And so
Okay.
you think to yourself, okay, a lot's just happened according to them. You know, maybe not a lot happens here, and so a lot just happened. We just ran in here, and they're looking that way because they're curious as to why the Ganondels just leaved in a rush. And so you know that you kind of like put two and two together. You say, like, you trust your gut instinct, and you're like, that's why they're looking that way. And so you draw your distance that way, and you see the tube at the very bottom, closer to the center of the city, that leads up to the upper tier of the city. And with a 16, it's hard to physically track people in this city, but with those guards, you look over at that tube with everything that's going on, you think that maybe they were heading to where you guys are heading.
The king?
At the very least, to the upper tier. To the king, to the library,
Yeah, okay.
to whatever's up there.
I'll go back to the group because I assume I went out in a little bit away to see this.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the group and I'll look directly at Avra, and make sure that Rev can hear me and just say, I think we need to go to the upper tier now.
Okay.
I think we've done all we can do here, and I think we need to go.
I trust you. I think time is of the essence right now. Let's go. I'll try to help kind of tell everyone where we need to head.
Was the stay away on the letter, Rev? What do you think we should do with that? Should we heed it from your dad?
I mean, I think we have an opportunity now to try and save the Ganondels. I think we should do it.
All right.
So
Dolly, do you know
all-
a shortcut to that area that we can take? If it's faster on foot, or do you know?
I blast away.
Thalia says the main road's going to be the fastest way, but don't worry. With a light car running through the streets, we'll make our way. And then Dane kind of steps up and he says, "I'm going to stay here in case they return. I'll be in contact." And Thalia nods her head. Thalia then jumps onto Hope, jumps over the gate again, and then just starts running. And the rest of you start following. And like she said, she not only does her presence and the presence of her riding Hope kind of like cause a ripple to happen in the main thoroughfare, but also she takes out this very small, like marble carved whistle and begins blowing it. And it's just one very nice, long, high-pitched note, not too shrill, just enough to get the attention of everybody. You actually think it's probably more so for the lay car than it is for what she's using it right now. Ray, did you have something?
Yeah, sorry, just backtracking like mildly. When you say that I saw or like had a feeling that they went to the upper tier, did I see someone? Did I see something, or am I just
You saw that the
anticipating because of
guards.
the guard?
You saw that the guards were looking to the right, and you saw that what they were looking down was the main road that led to the tube, that led to the upper tier. And you also used your knowledge of the fact that, like, that's the Library of Ancients is where Demetrius wants to go. Basically, you got a 16, you're not good at tracking in a city, so what I gave you is the fact that you're able to narrow it down to the upper tier, basically.
Cool, but I didn't see anything that I can, like, glom onto, like, actually, just
to continue to track. No.
Cool,
Yeah.
okay.
It was
that's
more
all
of
I
an
wanted to know.
intuitive tracking.
Oh, thank you. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
No problem.
I'm gonna blast off to the upper tier. Just do a little bit of reconnaissance before everyone gets there.
Okay, how long do your wing boots last?
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay, and what's the speed on them?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so just it's like walking speed but flying.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you immediately start As you do so, Thalia calls out for you, and she says, "Laszlo, I wouldn't do that if I were you."
All right, sorry. I'll just walk.
you start to come back down, and she says, "The Drim aren't going to be very aware of the fact that you're, normal. So just to not delay us any further, I don't want them to stop you and arrest you, and then your friends have to help you out. You know what I mean?" And she's like,
You
she's
think
just
I'm
like as she's
normal?
talking, as you can be. She just continues to gallop. But do you try to fly back up though?
No. If she
No?
told me specifically not to, I would.
Okay.
Say, if you're about to, Elvin, that's yours.
Who knew that high fantasy cities aren't very used to rocket boots flying around there?
Not me.
Okay, so you guys continue to approach this tube, and honestly, if it wasn't for the very sincere, very high stakes moment that was happening, it would almost be comical. The sight that's in front of you, truly, it is a large glass tube with very thick glass, with a large opening in the middle. That seems to have these glass doors that can seal shut. And you can see it because it's glass. As people, enough people to fill in the circle of the tube, enter the tube, the glass doors seal shut, and then a huge gust of wind just sends these people, like in their clothes, flying up in the air, up through the tube to get to the upper tier of the city. It looks
Awesome.
it looks
Awesome.
insane.
Awesome.
So as you approach, you see that Thalia gets off Hope, and she says, "No steeds beyond this point." And one of the hands Hope's reins to one of the guards, very used to doing so. Gustav is a dog, right? Because you were riding an actual horse, Atticus.
He was a horse. He's been a horse for a while.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he's still a horse.
Maybe
that's
that's
why
why
he's-
he couldn't get the scent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why he only had a +1. That makes sense then. Okay, so yeah, so Gustav has to stay behind as well. Yeah, so you guys, the guards are kind of looking very confused as Thalia just like passes the front line, and you see a bunch of patrons like kind of like, oh, why do I gotta go? And just get annoyed, 'cause you
VIP's
kinda-
coming through.
The guard immediately see Thalia, and they just like plant their spears, give a nod of salute, and then just step to the side. Thalia is a very highly recognized military individual here, so it's good that you're traveling with her. She steps into the tube, as do the rest of you. The doors seal without anybody else joining, and you feel. First, you hear it. You hear this. And then
Always
just
wanted
this
to fly.
huge gust of wind blows up, and you feel your hair start to fly. You feel your weapons start to almost get pulled out as you just float in the air. And as you do so, you fly at 60 feet per move action. So like double speed per regular move action. So you're flying up there, and you climb hundreds and hundreds of feet. And as you get to the top, you see this like very faint blue arcane kind of like shimmer. And as you pass through that, you land up on top of it. But as you've passed through it, your hair gets straightened and is as if it was freshly washed and cleaned, and all of you, no matter like the rain and storm you've experienced, that you are completely dry and your clothes are completely clean. Ray, you hate this. All of the
I've never been in this
anything-
clean in my life.
anything
Yeah,
that is
helping her,
not anything that's not like really tied down was just considered dirt and like is fate and is like gone and removed from you, as they seem to have made some sort of prestidigitation field that's someone that you pass through, and then you land at the top of the
I get
tube.
mad. Fuck it.
Thalia,
Oh,
you
shit.
all step out of the tube, and then Thalia looks to all of you, and she says, "All right, where to?"
I mean, we
Tell
can go
us.
to either split up and go to the library and the king. They could go to either or. They're probably going to the king to tell us
I think we go to the
that
king
we're in
first.
trouble.
Well, you're not going to be able to get into the library without the king.
I think we
King
go to the
first.
king first.
King first.
Let's go.
All right, let's
Atticus
go.
has like perfectly feathered hair.
Atticus got a blowout, and it looks
Yeah,
real
exactly.
good.
As we're
Mustache freshly curled.
as
Just like
we're
playing with my hair because it hasn't been this clean and soft.
I have like some
come
blueprints
on.
out. I'm like sketching blueprints of the tube. I gotta get one of these tubes in my hole.
Ray, what were you gonna say?
oh god. That shook me. I was just gonna say, as we're walking or like running or walking to the king, I want to see if there's just any like chimney dust or anything that I could just like pick up and just like a little
Make a-
bit of accentuation. I don't
Make
need
a
a lot,
perception
but
check. Yeah.
I
Make
just
a
don't feel like
perception check.
myself. It's like makeup. 18.
18. So you definitely don't notice any dirt. You look at the ground and you notice nothing. But there are a
Fuck the
couple
city.
torches that are burning as you're walking around, and the torches have ashes, like ashtrays
just want
underneath them.
some
And so you just like, yeah, you
feel.
just like wipe by, like swipe your fingers, and then like give yourself some,
I go.
some war paint.
As we're running.
Perfect, love it. Elliot doesn't have to grab any. He just kind of like, you just see two dark lines appear under Elliot's face as well, and he's just like,
Looking good, Elliot. Let's go, motherfucker. Yeah.
he just puts up his thumb. That's right, guys. Get ready for cute Elliot. Yeah. All right, so you guys continue to run. It's like I said, it's a crazy way to be introduced to this city, but man, is this city beautiful. It is so large and so, especially up here, because your vision is constantly covered with ornately carved marble buildings. Every single building on the upper tier seems to be either made out of carved marble or was maybe somehow transformed into carved marble, because some of it seems to be made in a way that it would have had to have been another material that was maybe then like transmorphed into marble. So as you guys continue to walk up, you see that the large castle of King Moraine appears in front of you. There are 7-foot tall marble walls with spikes on top that encircle the courtyard of the castle. Thalia approaches, and for the first time, is not just immediately recognized and welcomed in. She approaches the gate where the guards are, and they kind of stiffen up. Thalia Ganondel, what business have you at King's Moraine's castle? And she steps forward and she says, I have urgent business with the king. It's wild business. Please let us through. And they nod their heads, and it seemed almost to be just like a formality. It's like they're not just able to like let people in. So they step to the side. The gates open up, slowly open. You see a beautiful courtyard beyond this gate, but there's something about it that both Ray and Kelpie immediately notice and hate. All of the plants and all of the nature of this courtyard are made of pure silver. The trees that climb out of the ground, the bushes, the flowers that come out of the bushes are like diamond and blue sapphire petals. The courtyard itself of this castle seems like it's probably worth maybe like I mean thousands of platinum, just the courtyard itself, as it is a beautiful sight, but there's something manufactured about it. Although, without even having to roll, Angie and Kelpie, Ray and Kelpie, you can both immediately see that these were once actual living plants that were then transformed into their silver statues that they are now, which almost makes it even worse. Go ahead.
Question then. If there was no dirt, if we were to use druidcraft in this area, doesn't nothing happen? Or is there still some residuals under these fake plants? Because Kelvin would like druidcraft over them to add vines at least. Because she's sad.
Yeah. You could maybe find dirt deep underneath if you tried, but just as you're passing, the best that you can do is some petals kind of fall from your hands, and so they are real petals and they stay there, but they're kind of moved with the wind and rain. But it's a little bit of actual nature.
Try to secretly do it as I walk by. Yeah, just add something. I just force whatever I can. And I kind of look at Ray and I'm like,
like a flower girl.
I know.
A flower girl of sadness.
I'm gonna grab Kelpie's hand and be like, I know. Let's go.
So as you guys continue to the actual castle itself, you are then introduced to two more King's Guard who their armor seems to have not seen a single ounce of conflict or combat. It is shined and polished pristinely, and you can. It's almost like a symphony.
Do they have nipples
here
on there?
As the rain. Yeah, they do it now. It's almost a symphony as rain pings off of their iron armor. As they approach, Thalia speaks with them. They let her in, and then that is when you see a few people. You see an elven woman with deep brown skin. She's bald with two green eyes. She's wearing green ornate robes with gold trimming, and she is there talking with a tall woman with long turquoise colored hair, or light blue colored hair, and she's wearing long blue robes with silver trimmings on them, and the two of them are talking. And they are both speaking with a blue-skinned man with deep green hair tied up into a bun on the back. And he's got this Faluan armor that's made out of blue metal. And the three of them are talking as all of you approach and walk by. The elven woman with deep brown skin, the bald one, she turns and looks. Yes, Thalia, wonderful. Good to see you. And immediately her demeanor kind of changes. Atticus, make a perception check for me real quick.
Can I have in the palm of my
22.
hand? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
22. You notice the holy symbol around this woman who's speaking, the elf woman. The holy symbol around her neck is the holy symbol of Lyra. Evan, what were you going to say?
Can I just have my mirror that I had when I checked Xavier just in the palm of my hand
Sure.
as we're walking, and occasionally just at any person that we come across, I just want to flash it to myself to see if I can see the reflection.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and so Thalia looks at this woman and she says, Hilja, it's good to see you. You as well, Fiona. You too, Rij. And they all kind of nod their heads. She says, unfortunately, I have business with the king, with the rest of these people. I'm sorry, I can't really. And she just kind of moves to the side. The three of them kind of like twist and turn their heads and look and turn after you.
Can I wink at the blue-skinned guy?
The blue-skinned guy or the blue-haired woman?
Blue-skinned guy with the green hair.
Oh, blue-skinned guy, yeah. Make a performance check.
Okay.
Ah!
Performance check.
Non-natural 20.
Flirting. In the middle of this chaos.
I got a natural 20.
Yes, what a wink.
Married immediately.
I'm gonna need that roll later, damn it.
Despite his blue skin, you immediately see patches of red form in his cheeks as he looks over at you, and he kind of like his eyes widen, and then he smiles, and then he tries to like be smooth back, and it's kind of smooth, but also you were so smooth that it like puts him off, and so he then just like looks away and like looks up as if he wasn't looking at you, and then goes back to the conversation with the two women.
Ava's not smooth very often, so she's just stored it all for like the most opportune moment, which apparently was right now.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys run past them. The blue-haired woman's like, well, Giltris is not going to run itself. So she starts to walk away.
Did any of them have a reflection?
All of them have reflections. All of them have reflections, yeah.
Still have them.
And as you guys continue down the hallway, the guards are once again at the last final two double doors, and they kind of stop and look, and Thalia's like, "There with me, we need to speak with the king, please." And they look back behind Thalia. "King Moraine's busy. Please return another time." Thalia says, "Please, this is urgent. You know me, my name is Thalia Ganondel. I am captain of the Wild. It is time for me to see Sovereign Moraine. Please let me in." And he looks to the other guard, who kind of looks back at him, and then looks back. "You are allowed to enter." And then Thalia kind of looks back to the rest of you. "No, I need the rest of them with me, please." Kind of look. Do any of you want to say or do anything to help her out? You don't have to. Just ask.
No, I shouldn't. I have low charisma. I have an idea. I have an idea if anyone wants to use it, but I'm not going to say it because I will lose.
I'll just say, listen, we're here with Thalia. We have vital information for the king that we need to share.
All right, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah, thank God I didn't do it.
I'm just giving puppy
I'm
dog
pretty
eyes
good
like
at persuasion. Okay. 18.
18. They look at Thalia, look back at you. "You must understand, King Moraine's safety is of the utmost importance. We ask that you leave your weapons out here and can retrieve them upon exiting the throne room."
I very easily put down all my weapons.
Thalia
I
keeps
don't.
hers.
I dump like 10 bombs on the ground.
I take the sword and like the hand axe and throwing stuff, and while I'm like doing that, I take one of the pistols out and I push the holster around to the back so it's behind my coat and keep the other one there.
All right,
but
roll
I take out
a
everything.
sleight of hand check.
La la la.
Nat 20. 20.
All right.
Wasting these
Unfortunately, the
I know,
perception
right?
check was also a natural 20.
Oh
bull-
no.
I don't believe you. Damn it.
So I've legitimately just rolled a natural 20. However, his perception is much lower than your sleight of hand. He had a +2 on perception. I'm assuming your sleight of hand is more than a +2.
Yeah, it's +3.
Yeah. So,
Can I-
so you
can I look at him
still
and
you still beat him.
Just say,
What?
if protecting the king is of the utmost importance, then We might want to keep our weapons. Did I freeze? Or just staring
No,
at me?
you didn't. He's just staring at you.
Can I keep my shield?
You can keep your shield.
All right.
I drop all my weapons. No.
Thalia looks at the rest
Fussing.
of you, and she says, "I guarantee you, these men are too lazy to take these weapons anywhere. They'll be sitting right here for you when we open." And the two of them kind of like
Great.
look like very offended, but it doesn't matter. Thalia pushes past them anyway. They kind of don't fight. They very clearly have the authority in this situation, but they don't really want to deal with Thalia. Seems to be that this is just kind of how she acts. Probably the main difference between her and Pharaoh is that she has a bit of a temper, and so she. But also probably why she was more successful. But she pushes. What, Matt? Sorry. But she pushes past the doors, and you see a very large circular marble room, and you see what must only be King Moraine and his queen, Queen Roldra. The two of them are sitting on top of a pedestal with their two thrones. King Moraine is an elvish man with long white hair that falls over his shoulders. He's wearing gold robes with kind of like a white, like pearl trimming. His crown that sits on top of his head is gold, and it looks like rolling waves made of gold on the crown that just circle around his head. Queen Roldra is another elvish woman, but she has long red hair and a very gentle face. And her crown is silver, a little bit thinner, and looks like leaves all the way around her head. Behind
I
them...
want to whisper to Elburn if I can. Like, these people really love showing their wealth.
Yeah, I never actually really liked it here. I kind of fucking sucked whenever I was here. I kept going.
Behind them, you see towering behind the chairs at 8 feet tall is a very muscular minotaur with complete blonde fur, and his skin is the skin that shows like at his at some parts of his hands and at his snout and in his face is like a light pinkish color. And he has very ornate, large armor and a huge war hammer that he's currently resting his two hands on. And lastly, in front of them, you see a elvish man in very ornate gray robes with black trimming on them. He is completely bald. And as you get closer, a sight that literally none of you have seen before, including Elburn, this elf has wrinkles. They're slight and they're small, but he has some crow's feet, and he has some laughing lines and some deep forehead lines, and he's currently like kind of nodding. And King Moraine notices the entrance of all of you and kind of like perks up and looks over, and he says, "Hello, Thalia.
Check.
Your entourage, please step forward." What were you gonna say?
Can I just check reflections before, as we're approaching, just very quickly, like?
Do you try to hide the fact that you're doing that?
Yeah, probably. I'm not going like, hey, but like it's like
Alright.
palmed in my hand so that I can like turn it real quick and see if I see anything.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Okay.
So I want to do divine sense.
19.
19. Yeah. You do notice reflections, and you don't notice that anyone notices you doing that. Divine sense. You actually do get a ping of Celestial from the large Minotaur behind the two elves. Um,
I want to just sort of put myself in the front of the 7 in a way that says, like, Thalia's gonna talk. We need to let Thalia talk.
Okay. King Moraine kind of looks over to the old elf, and he says, Took, I apologize for this interruption. I trust my captain has a good reason for interrupting my meeting. If you would not mind, we should reschedule. And Took, as he has been named, kind of nods his head and slowly turns and begins to walk away. King Moraine then looks to Thalia, and Thalia then steps forward and bows. And then she looks back at the rest of you and kind of like widens her eyes and like leans forward as if to gesture for you to bow. Okay, looks like everybody
yeah.
bowed. Okay, all right. So everyone bows. King Moraine and Queen Radra both give a polite nod back. And Thalia says, "Forgive me, my king. Yes, I do have a good reason." And she immediately just starts telling him events of the past 48 hours. Or actually way more than that. You guys have been with Thalia now for almost 5 days. So she tells him about how you guys appeared, about how you defeated the dragons, about your visions, about how the dragons are no longer maybe an issue, and then about Demetrius and how there is this vampire lord that is has a coven that is infesting Faluin, and everything up to her parrots being taken and to the rest of you thinking that they are at the Library of Ancients. And all of that takes about 15-20 minutes. And then she like pauses. And King Moraine kind of nods his head. Well, very interesting developments. First and foremost, I must extend my thanks to the Lake Peak 7 for ridding Faluin of one of its most dangerous adversaries in centuries. That dragon caused more damage that Faluin has seen since the end of the Edis War. We appreciate your assistance, and you will be heralded as Knights of Faluin here and henceforth.
Cool.
You will receive accommodation for this in due time. However, it seems that time is of the essence. So...
Come on.
I shall simply have you tested by the headmaster of Giltris Institute of Magics, Fiona Bell. She will test you and make sure that what you have spoken is the truth. Upon doing so, I will grant you a writ to the Library of Ancients, and you will be able to find your book.
Brain trust in Abra's head. What's going on?
Do I have an aunt?
Do you just raise your hand and ask, do I have an aunt?
No, I'm asking you. I am raising my hand, and I am asking you as the DM if I have an aunt.
You have not heard. You don't. Your mother never told you of any siblings that she had.
Okay, but Leona and Fiona feels a little too. Okay.
Elman leans down and just goes,
You know what makes never mind.
Okay.
What?
Does she look similar to those drawings that
I was gonna say.
You guys have also seen my mom.
Yeah, but those stick in my head more.
Yeah, does she look
It's easier to recall those.
Wait, Fiona was the one who was outside, right?
Yeah, with
the
turquoise
turquoise hair.
She. Oh well.
Oh,
What
who's
did
to
you
think
say,
I
Mom?
didn't wink at her, man?
I looked at those drawings enough. Any resemblance?
Did you get a?
The two of them?
Are you actually asking if there's resemblance between the new drawings and Fiona? I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I legitimately am.
Make a intelligence
I'm
check.
not gonna.
Insight
gonna
check.
use
Insight
this.
check.
Also,
Insight.
Investigation check.
Oh God.
There we go.
while
That's
the king
what
was
Jesse needed to do.
talking very slowly, I would have taken out my eye patch and activated True Sight to see if anyone was like scrying while he was watching and just like give a sweep of the room.
Hold on, just a second. What'd you get?
I always think you're about to say I'll take out my iPad.
And it's like 13.
I got a. What was it? What did you want? Investigation.
Investigation,
16. 16.
Seems to be similar.
Oh
There
shit!
seem to be some similarities.
Is she still in here?
You have a
No,
sister?
she was outside the throne room.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, aunt or sister.
Did we get an age range on?
Yeah, how old?
Yeah, she definitely seemed to be older than Leo. She seemed to be around Leona's age.
Great.
Okay.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm gone from this conversation. I'm just like,
Okay.
So is she?
Well,
She's
hold on,
here.
hold
She's
on.
right. In,
Hold on. One at a time. So Kelpie put on the eye patch. So as you did so, you look around. You actually do see something. You see on either side of the king and queen are two elven guards dressed in Kingsguard armor.
Oh snap!
But the rest
That's
of
some
them,
dope
they are
protection.
invisible to everyone else. But
That
they
is
do have the
brilliant.
same. They seem to just be standing there stoically. They have the same symbolage. It does just seem to be an invisible guard. It doesn't seem to be nefarious at all.
Yeah.
However, once
Hey,
you
watch
look
out.
at, when you look at one of them, they kind of like.
Yeah. I gotta go.
and he goes. It's okay. So you act like you don't see him.
Yeah, I'll
'cause
like
he-
see them. Like still have that moment, but if they like see me seeing them,
he-
I'll be like,
Well, he looks at you and he goes.
I was.
Okay, yeah. He's like no. He kind of like you see him shake his head as if he's like, no, she didn't say me. She didn't do it.
no way.
The other one's
That'd be
just breaking
crazy.
his nose.
She's got one eye. I mean,
Yeah, it's like what eyes. And I'll
she's
just be
got
like,
one eye. So
That's
yeah,
right,
the king says, God,
God damn it.
please fetch Fiona Bell for me. You see the guard open the door and shut the door, and also as you look back, you see that Took has yet to leave the room. He's still making his way.
oh my god.
I go over to Took and just like
Uh-huh.
go. Do you need some help?
He kind of looks at you curiously, and in your mind you hear, I'm fine, youngling. Please leave me alone. And he turns around and continues to walk.
I kind of just go. Alright. And turn and go back.
Okay.
I was not part of Brain Trust this time, right?
I don't know.
Okay. If I was, I would have maybe like mentioned the guards, but if I'm not,
The people who are not are Ray and Elburn, but
Okay.
everybody within 30 feet can.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we always forget that. Yeah, if you're within 30 feet of Rev, you can just communicate with him telepathically.
okay, then I would have just probably not remembered if I was or not, so I would have just said, hey Rev, there's two invisible guards on either side of the throne. They seem like chill, and I don't think they saw me seeing them, but like they're there.
Mhm.
You wanna like spread the word that there's
Yeah.
more people. But they seem chill. They seem okay.
Send out a group text. And
Okay, yeah.
just
BT
Do you want us
Dubs.
to take them out? Are we taking them out? That's the
Yeah,
plan?
no,
No,
why
no,
would-
no.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Is this Elburn's
So
number?
you're not the mean one, you're the funny one.
I'm not the mean one.
Yeah, he just is sitting there staring at you. Thalia's like pissed.
Yeah.
She's just like huffing and puffing.
Thalia, do things usually operate at a pace here? I've never been to this big of a city. I don't know.
She like looks back at you and she doesn't say anything, but she just goes.
I'm just curious.
No,
do
she's saying like she wasn't saying don't ask that question. She was
Oh,
like,
okay.
I can't say anything, but no, it's never any fucking different than this.
Okay, gotcha.
She was like annoyed.
I'm gonna just step forward and say, is there any chance that since you know Thalia, she could go ahead of us?
I still need to know if Thalia's mind has been altered in any way.
You need some coffee or something? Do we need to get him?
I'm gonna cast
like,
haste on this
almost.
guy.
The queen, for the first time, the queen leaps forward, and she says, "My husband's been alive for a very long time, so he tends to just think quite young, quite a long time. I don't really speak often. I'm not very good at it."
Are there chairs in this room? Can we sit down at least?
Are there snacks
see.
or anything?
I sit on the floor then.
Okay, yeah, no one stops you.
Is there any like
Elliot,
drinks
like
or
you're sitting,
anything?
you're sitting like cross-legged, and Elliot sits cross-legged within your lap.
Adorable. there like a bar
no
cart?
snacks. Yeah, no snacks, no bar carts that you can see. Just really bright because it's just a bunch of marble.
Did Thalia tell him about her parents and Rev's dad? Not that it was Rev's dad, but
She told him specifically. What she told him specifically is that you all now have evidence that her parents are maybe captured by these people and are in danger.
okay. I just want to make sure our name was being cleared.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
No, she doesn't. She didn't speak on the murder thing because she didn't know if one, if he had heard that already, or two, if that was really her place to speak on.
If that would just want to say like there might be some rumors you might hear about us or some things. Just, they're not true. We can prove it.
Yeah, if you want to, you can like have you can like pull Thalia aside and like kind of say that you want that expressed.
Yeah, for sure.
And she looks at you and kind of like she's like, oh yeah, and she speaks on that, and King Lorraine nods his head, and he says, "Well, all the more reason for Miss Bell."
Is this guy a turtle or is there something?
I lean over
luckily-
to Atticus very quietly and just go, "You can't ask somebody if they're a turtle or not."
I would have
Was it the brain
taken-
trust?
also sat down and
Yeah.
brought
Oh
out
yeah. I
my
do say that's totally fine.
puberty book and started reading it.
Read your puberty book. All right. As you guys are all waiting, luckily Fiona was just outside, and even though she had started to leave, King Moraine might speak and move slowly, but the guards don't, and so they have fetched her. The door opens just as Took leaves, and the rest, the guard enters in with Fiona Bell, who walks into the room. Long turquoise hair, deep blue robes with silver trimming. She kind of like walks over a little
bow
confused. She like kind of takes a step back and like, yeah, sure. And then she walks up, and she says, Sovereign, hello, what you need? And King Moraine looks to Fiona and says, Miss Bell, please cast Zone of Truth on our bright
All of
young
us.
captain here. And the queen steps forward. She says, yes, all of them down there, right in front of us. And you kind of you hear a snort from the Minotaur behind the king and queen, as it seems that it's kind of an unspoken thing that everyone is annoyed by King Moraine when he does this.
In the brain trust, real quick, I say to everybody, I'm like, listen, I'm old. Holy shit. Like, I'm just talking like that. Just fucking put me the fuck down. I swear to God.
My eyes are just going from Avra to Fiona to Avra, and I'm just like,
Fiona then kind of looks to the rest of you, and she says, "Ah, you guys must be interesting. Okay, well, yeah, sure." She kind of like reaches
love
over
her.
to her. She like reaches
Cool
inside
aunt.
of her pouch and pulls out the components for Zone of Truth. Speaks the arcanic language. A flash of purple arcane energy flashes over her eyes. And in that moment, she looks at you, Avra, and a moment of confusion appears on her face, but you know for a fact that you are related to this woman. You
I was
feel
kind of
a-
just waiting for her to confirm it for herself. I figured
you
she
feel
would.
a kinship to her. But anyway, the spell is then cast. And does anyone resist the spell?
looking at you, Elburn.
Staring at
Elburn, don't.
I don't
I
like it.
absolutely just
Gonna be
lay on
okay,
my
Elburn.
bed.
I literally close my eyes and go like this and just don't and try not to resist, but I don't look at it.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't look at it.
I'll put my
I
hand
can't
on
see
his
it. It's not there.
In a moment of
Muttering into
growth,
my hand.
Elburn allows himself to have the spell cast on him with the support of his friends. And Zone of Truth is cast. King Moraine then says, "Well, now," and the queen puts a hand on her husband's leg and she says, "All right, honey, I'll do it here. So were any of you lying about anything that you just said? Are you here to harm us?"
No way.
Oh.
Wait.
Answer
No and no.
both.
We're not here. No.
No and
No,
No,
and
no.
Not
Not
here.
No and
intentionally.
no.
Right. Okay.
That was
Thalia,
easy.
did you
Was that
lie
it?
about a single word that you spoke of? Thalia kind of looks and she says, "No." The king kind of nods. Well, good.
In the zone of
Reaches
truth,
into his- He reaches into his sleeve and he pulls out a silver disc that he hands
CD.
to Thalia. That he hands to Thalia. And it is just a plain, smooth silver disc on either side. And she takes it and she nods to the king. And King Moraine says, "Good luck."
Thanks.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thalia
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
bow
nods.
very quickly, give myself
Right.
a brush.
Let's get out of here. And on the entire time, as you guys are talking at the end here, and as you guys are leaving, Avra, Fiona is just staring right at you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, kind of same. Just very taken aback.
Do
So
you say
before we
anything
leave, yeah, before we leave, I just want to say, I have to go. Where will you be tonight? Not
She
like
kinda
that. Talk to her. Jesus Christ. Okay, later. Where will you be later?
she immediately knows the unspoken meaning of this meeting and understands. And she looks at you and she says, "I'll be in my office at the Giltris Institute."
I'll meet you there.
Right.
And then I'll go.
And as you turn and start to walk away, you hear, "Leona!"
I'll turn around. She's my mom.
She smiles. See you tonight. And you turn and you walk away. The rest of you follow Thalia's lead, and you leave the throne room. You leave the long hallway. You leave the castle. You enter into the dark and stormy sky yet again, and you make your way to the Library of Ancients. Upon arriving, it is a massive marble building with a large set of staircases, large set of stairs heading towards up towards the front entrance, with large marble pillars kind of holding up this awning that extends about 15-20 feet high. And in large elvish letters you see across the top, Library of Ancients. Yes, Eldern.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anybody watching us?
Sure, go ahead.
There's probably a lot. 11.
11. Not that you can, especially since you're all in a rush, it's hard to tell, but you actually think that actually might be of use to you, because you feel like you would definitely be able to spot the obvious movement of someone trying to keep up with you, and you don't, so you feel like you're good.
I've still got my mirror in my hand for checking.
Yeah, everybody you checked has had, including Fiona, has had reflections.
Elburn is the most paranoid right now.
Yeah.
Also, as we were leaving, I would have like caught Avra's hand and given it a squeeze, and then like obviously not held it as we were running, but like
Just like
acknowledged
dragging
it.
you.
Rev, as you are traveling, Elliot kind of looks at you, and he says, I know that everything's kind of real serious right now, but I thought maybe you could use kind of a cheer up. You want, so you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
You know the whole reflection thing?
It's bullshit.
Yeah, vampires have reflections.
That's what I thought. I was wondering where you came up with that. Like, we haven't talked about that. No, yeah.
Oh, man.
What about garlic? You get garlic?
No, that's stupid too. But the entrance thing, that's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Off to the side, I'm like checking the reflection of a fucking dog.
Just let him do it.
As the DM, did I ever give any indication that reflections were a thing?
Back when we were at Xavier's place,
Yes.
I did do that because we thought he was a vampire.
For sure, but I
Right.
never like
Oh, I
said
know.
that happened, right? I just want to make sure I didn't say something that
No,
like
that's just the lore of
The
vampires.
only thing you said that made me think that might be a thing is you went, "That was smart." That was it.
well, now that you
said
know,
nothing that-
I was being facetious. Love you, buddy.
But keep
Listen,
doing
man.
it though.
But
No, I didn't hear that. I'm just fucking
but hey,
going.
yeah, well, and hey, I mean, Elliot might be making fun of you, but you did learn something. The entrance thing is real. So information did come of it.
Wait, did he say that out loud?
To Rev,
he
just
just
speaking
said
to
that.
two of them.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm just like
Yeah.
still doing
Yeah.
this. Very much like
he was just,
wide-eyed, like
It keeps him occupied. So
Every minute that he spends with his mirror, he's not berating somebody.
or pointing
Well,
a
and
pistol
also,
at
I
him.
mean,
This is Alburn's
it might-
iPad.
Someone's sneaking up on you.
Yeah.
So you guys approach the entrance of the library. As you do, you see Master Took there again. You, however, see that he is currently on a orb spherical object purely made of marble that is just floating in the air that he is just sitting on. And as
So
he
this
does
is
so,
Dragon,
like
Dragon Ball Z. This guy
Yes,
floating
he
on the
does
cloud.
so.
Does he have a monkey tail?
he does not know, but he does like move. He moves much like at the pace that you walk on this sphere moves much easier. And he kind of looks towards Thalia, and Thalia bows to him, and she says, Master Took, please, you will see here King Moraine's writ. And Master Took, who you now know to be the Master Librarian of the Library of Ancients, looks at the disc. He waves a hand over it, and this script carved into the disc itself appears in Elvish. Those of you who know Elvish catch glances of it. It's basically a legal wording of allowing you to enter this Library of Ancients underneath the umbrella of King Moraine. So, Master Took kind of like nods his head, and then he looks up to the rest of you, and all of you, in your heads, hear, Welcome to the Library of Ancients. Please inform me, what would you seek?
Sweet ride, man.
Thanks.
Rev, what do we seek?
Book. That book.
We're looking for a biography of a wizard named Ohamar.
You see his eyes flash pure white as he kind of like jerks his head back slightly, and then he comes back to, his eyes fading away. Right, follow me. And you see him turn and start floating towards the center of the library. The rest of you begin to walk forward. There are some guards at the library, but they allow you to walk by with Master Took leading you. As you get to the center of the library, you look up and you see that it is a giant cylindrical center chamber that reaches up about like 50, 60 feet. And the walls are just lined with books. And each level has hallways shooting out, kind of like you're in the middle of a spin wheel that extends, a stack of spin wheels that are just lined with books in every corner. You step onto the central platform, and without warning, it immediately starts to raise. And you and your entire party and Master Took are raised on this floating marble platform and taken up to the very top level to one of the hallways to the right, where he then kind of floats onto the edge of the level. You're all able to step off, and he points down one long aisle of books and says, Biographies of ancient wizards are down here.
Did we get our weapons back, or am I crazy?
I didn't specifically say so, but yes, you did. As soon as you walked out the room, they were there. So you're good.
Can I just make a quick perception check to see if it seems like there's anybody else here or hiding here around the books?
Please do.
Can I make
15.
a mirror check? That will definitely.
Mirror check good. Mirror check good. Everything has
Books don't have a reflection.
Avra, you notice that actually where you are is very empty. You also notice that this specific hallway, the specific aisle he's pointing down, the pearl orb that is embedded in the ceiling of most of this room that gives off light in various places, the pearl orb that's above this aisle is dark. But you do see one person towards the back of the aisle, an older woman, perusing some of the books.
Is there a reason why the light is off up here? Is there another source of light that we could get to see?
He looks towards you and he says, Oh. Shit.
No big deal. I just, I just was
shit, I
like,
gotta get on that.
oh, I'm sorry. It's really not a big deal. I wasn't
You have a
Oh,
light. You
fuck.
can hop up there.
Oh, shit.
it's really okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Turmoil is all I feel.
You know what? I can see in the dark. It's not a big deal.
Peril.
Not a big deal.
Why-
Sorry.
Clap.
Why don't you hang out?
He claps his hands, and the pearl kind of flickers and then fades out again. He sighs,
Maybe you want to hang out
and then
with
starts to
us in
float
case?
away.
Oh, damn it. Oh.
Can I make an insight check into Master Took?
Sure.
I don't trust this guy.
Sounds like a fool of a toque.
Nice. 12.
Was it nice?
He seems to be. He is here physically with you, but does not seem to be with you. That's all you can glean.
How old are you, Master Took, if you don't mind me asking?
He's
Can't ask an elf.
already about like 30 feet away.
I look at Laszlo and just very quickly. You can't ask an elf how old
Oh.
they are. That's kind of rude since
Oh.
it's mentality.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I look over to Elburn and be like, "You seem to ask a lot of people a lot of things you shouldn't ask."
Yeah.
I've noticed that too, Elburn.
I'm gonna
Anyway.
cast a real quick detect magic.
I start walking down the shelves, looking for
yeah.
O section.
What?
I go up to the old lady.
Okay. You cast detect magic.
Oh, Lord.
What is the range on detect magic?
30 feet.
Okay, so you notice that there's a lot of magic around you. From the discs in the floor that act as transports. The orbs in the ceiling are all magical. Some of the book, like a variety of the books, are all magical. From various different levels. They seem to all have minor magic abilities on them, maybe magically locked or magically maybe an illusory script or something like that. Nothing seems to be like dangerous, but that's all you get right now.
Okay.
Rev and Elburn start to. How long does detect magic last?
It lasts 10 minutes, so I would
Okay.
continue to look around.
Yeah. So Elburn and Rev continue to walk forward. Since you both are walking down, you both approach the old lady, and you see her turn to you, and she says, "Oh, hello, just perusing."
I do my mirror check subtly.
And I do the divine sense.
You don't
I also
sense
pull out
anything,
my
and you
flask
see a
of
reflection.
holy water.
Okay.
I
See a
do pull out my
reflection?
flask of holy water to have it
Yep.
now.
Clean.
As you approach Avra, one of the reveal to happen a little bit later, but as you approach Avra, you see, you get a strong sense of illusory magic from where the old woman is standing.
Can I walk
But,
up to her?
It's not just where she is standing.
Oh.
It is a wall of illusion magic starting where she stands.
I'm gonna try to dispel magic.
Okay. What level?
4th.
You sense something, Avra?
This is a 4th level
Oh,
spell.
I would say in the brain trust what I'm doing.
Oh,
This is a
gosh.
4th level spell. Never mind. So you cast a spell magic at 4th level. The hallucinatory terrain spell fades. And as it does, a not so great image appears in front of all of you.
I don't like it.
Is it the one that's on roll 20 right now?
That's a not so great image.
It's not that
I'm
one.
just reading the book.
You see that the illusion wasn't too far off from what is actually there. The vision fades, the old woman fades, but not exactly. She goes from standing there looking in the aisle of books to lying on the ground in a pool of blood. She has large slash marks going from her collarbone down to her left hip, where the blood seems to be pooling out of. Rev, before this spell was cast, you already were looking for the book. You notice that the book is not where it should be in alphabetical order. The rest of you see this body, and beyond this body, you see a golden, straight metal rod with velvet red curtains hanging down from it that are currently closed. In blood on the ground in front of these curtains, using the blood from the woman, you see letters. And it just simply says, in common, last chance.
Dude loves writing in blood. This is like the third time.
Last
Okay,
chance, like we should go.
Actually, the
in.
last time it was Fildor, I just want to point that out.
Oh, yeah.
I want to drop a save file right here.
You want a quick save?
Last
Quick save?
encounter
Yep.
less than 1 minute ago.
Does the
I
old
have, like,
lady
a
look
death
like she's
grip.
been dead longer than a minute? I'm assuming she is.
For
but-
sure, yeah.
Okay.
Her blood is black where it's starting to congeal.
I have like a
Um,
death grip on Abra's hand, and I'm just like,
Since we're
I too have a death grip on neighbor's hand on the other side.
ah!
since we're really close in letters, going from O, is there a Proctor Elburn biography?
There is not.
Damn it.
You think you'd have
Actually, full disclosure, was gonna ask that old woman if there was a profile in the Archmage of Nevis.
Well, we gotta go through these
Nerd.
curtains.
Do we know?
Is
Kinda
it
poke one
last
with-
chance to go through or last chance
You
to
poke
turn
you
around?
poke the curtains
With my
with your
sword.
sword.
We need
They
more
go
blood.
through, and there's nothing on the other side, and the curtains don't seem to affect your sword.
I go, I do not fear death, and then I walk in all Aragorn style. That's not true. But I do-
Sure. Go, Elburn.
So you pull
I'll
back the
follow him.
curtains.
I do.
Oh,
I
is
do
there-
walk through the curtains.
Is there anything in there?
You pull back the curtains, and all of you see a very long staircase leading down into darkness.
Ah,
And that's where we're going to take a little bio break.
Yeah.
As the party is about to enter the deep underside of the Library of Ancients. Yeah, we'll be right back. Get some hydration, maybe get some food. Definitely stand up and stretch. And don't go anywhere for sure, because it's about to get a little bit creepier. All right, we'll see you here soon. Bye.
Ugh.
Oh, wait, now I'm talking. Hello! You could hear them, but you couldn't hear me. Hold on just a second. I need to add...
A big, soft, cuddly puppy that helps us defeat everything.
we all have an emotional support animal.
Okay, there we go. I had to switch. This version didn't have my voice changer yet. Hi, we're here. So the party has just entered the lower part. You climb down about 20 feet of stairs, and you have now entered what you can see as this long cobblestone hallway, different from the marble structure that you've been around. Looks very old. Definitely still looks elvish. Actually, Elburn, you would for sure recognize this as like older elvish architecture. And oh yeah, sorry, Kelpie. Let me change you. I forgot. Boop. There you go. Okay. So as you guys are walking, this is what you see. You see the stone hallway, and you see these blue wall sconces that seem to be emitting this like dull blue light that is the only light that you can see. And you can currently see as far as the map is revealed to you.
Is my detect magic still?
Yep. Still, you notice
strong.
that the sconces are definitely magic for sure.
All right, this is the darkness. This is like my jam. So I'll go ahead.
I want to put dancing
Could
lights
I-
up. Let's give it some more light.
Okay.
And I can send it forward if we need to, like 120 feet. So
Yeah. Could I possibly see farther than that? Because I just, in my last warlock spell, I took a, not a feat, but a warlocky thing.
invocation or whatever.
Thank you.
Invocation
Yep.
for the
Eldritch Invocation. And yeah, and so I had dark vision for like 120 feet. Like,
Kelpie, Kelpie and I both have that.
Yeah, I suppose you would see a little.
Oh my
You
God.
would see.
super far in the dark, magical or not.
You guys will love it in my hole.
It's not about the it's not about the
I
distance.
want to be
it's how
back
much-
in your
how you
hole
use it.
so bad.
I really long for your whole.
Ooh.
That's as far as you can see.
Thank
You see
you.
that it splits off to two sides.
Okay.
I look with my measly 60 vision of dark vision and go, there's no split, guys. Oh wait, maybe I can see this.
Open. Could you let the professionals handle this?
I start
Also,
sneaking ahead.
I don't know how to change it, but the distance thing is
The
not
scale is
completely
off.
right. Yeah, the scale's
Yeah.
off. So
Okay.
Okay.
just rely on me and not the ruler.
Never.
Aw.
That's the person who killed Willem.
What are you guys doing?
He killed Willem.
I'm moving forward.
I would
I
move
move
forward.
forward very
Yeah.
close
Wait.
to
What?
Laszlo.
What should we?
Weird.
Okay.
We are going into what is clearly a trap set by vampires.
Yes.
That is
feel
why I
maybe
should
we
go first.
Like, okay.
Can I make a perception check?
Sure.
Just like on the two different directions, which path seems the least followed or the most followed or whatever I can figure out.
All right,
I'm
Robert
gonna look for
Frost.
footsteps in the dust.
I'm gonna say I would like to investigate for traps. If that's
I
possible.
stand there and I read Robert Frost.
Amazing. Ooh, a modified 20.
Modified 20. There's with a modified 20. There's not an ounce of dust in this hallway.
Oh, active. All right.
And
Or
from
magic.
where you're standing, you can only still see as far as either side. They both look the same. Go ahead and make an investigation check, Elburn, if you want to look for traps.
Oh, I see nothing. 14.
14. 14's not a nothing number, but you do see nothing.
I'm
I'm saying it's not a nothing number, but in this case, you see nothing.
I'm searching for like mechanical traps specifically, like
Um,
big bear traps or.
I'm gonna say Elburn's roll is
Alright.
the roll for traps.
All right, let's go left.
Why?
I would try to walk up to like the fork.
Okay, so you walk up to the fork.
Yeah. Okay.
It reveals. Here you go. Reveals. Boop. 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 That to the left. And it reveals.
Vampires to the right.
That to the right.
Demetrius just going.
We're just
Get 'em
drawing
door to
the
the
V
right.
trees like in elementary school.
So
So
there's
a
I
door.
just wanted to
It comes
listen
up to a door to the right, and it just continues on to the left.
and see if I hear anything coming from each hallway.
Roll a perception check.
18.
18. You do not hear anything from either side. You don't see anything either.
Can I start to go to about here on the sconces and see if I can see further down the hallway?
From right where you are, you can see technically further, but it's just darkness.
Okay.
Can
Check
I
Check this
have?
door.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Gidget go and see if he can like peek under the door. I'll like look through his eyes and sort of stay right. I mean, I would have moved. up
The
for
door is
distance.
flush with the stone on the ground.
Fucking elves and their really good architecture, Elburn says in his head.
You know,
Yeah, elves make
I
those
moved
weird stuff.
cautiously walk
Okay.
towards the door.
Okay.
Just
I'm
walk
cautiously
up the door.
walking past Elburn down this left hallway.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm moving forward too.
We
Yeah,
shouldn't.
I'm going with
Elfie,
Elburn.
come
Guys,
on.
guys, we shouldn't.
We shouldn't split up, you guys.
Split up.
We just want to see what's down this direction.
Okay,
in case
so-
there's another door or something.
Coming down here,
I'll protect him.
um,
I'll
you
protect
see
Let's let the men go.
Girls' night.
Yeah.
you see that to the left.
Ugh,
What am I
Sounds
looking at? Stairs.
Nope.
a tunnel.
Still continuous hallway.
I turn around.
This is a
It seems to
fallopian
it seems
tube.
to squeeze tighter as you go forward.
Am I
Some
in
sort
the
of
30-foot
uterus.
radius
Of
of Rev?
Rev, no.
Okay, I try to use.
Well,
the
wait,
brain
hold
trust.
on. Atticus, what do you do at the door?
It's just a completely flush door.
It's not a flush
No
door. It's
bar or
it's just a wooden door. But it's
There's
like
just
flush
not a
with the
cap at the
ground.
bottom.
Yeah,
Is it locked?
it is not locked.
Oh, that's not locked. I'll
Yeah.
say I won't open it, but I'll like open it enough to see that it's not locked and say we got an unlocked door over here.
I'll say
brain trust.
put Gidget inside because he's right there next
Okay.
to you.
I'll open it enough for Gidget to go in.
And
Um,
I'll start to inch a little closer just so that I stay within range of Gidget.
Okay, so to the left or to the right, Gidget walks in. Do you just crack the door and just put Gidget in?
Just enough for Gidget to get through. And if I could look myself.
Yeah, you crack the door and a small bit of candlelight can be seen on the other side. As you then see this room, there is a large red rug in the middle, kind of like a burgundy rug. And then on the far side, it's kind of hard to see from Gidget's angle, but there's a desk with what seems to be an open book on it, and then an ornate skull from like a horned steer that has been decorated, and two candles perched on top of two skulls.
I'm gonna have him do a circle around the desk there just to make sure there don't seem to be any like creatures or people around hiding.
Doesn't seem to be anybody. Laszlo, it looks like you moved up a little bit further, so you
I'm
can
just
see.
peeking around that.
You can see that. The hallway
What?
comes. The hallway comes to a section where there appears to be a splattering of blood in a tight squeeze that then opens up into another hallway beyond it.
How tight of a squeeze is it?
I'm sorry?
How tight of a squeeze is it? Will we all be able to get through?
Like 2 feet wide, so yeah.
I in my head.
Safe to open the door?
I'm in the brain trust. Go. There's a hole over here. We could probably get Gidget inside. And then when I realize I'm not in the brain trust. God damn it. And I turn to Laszlo and I go, "You in the brain trust?"
Yeah. Wait, you're not in the brain trust?
Oh, I'm not a fucking brain trust. Can you
Do you want to
tell
have
it?
my brain trust?
Aww.
Does that work?
I try to give Elburn my brain trust abilities. Sorry,
Nothing
man.
happens. Yeah, nothing
I guess.
happens.
Well, tell them we've got this. I don't know what they do.
Okay, so there's two things happening right now. The party needs to decide one to focus on.
Yep.
I
Alright,
will
well-
say in the brain trust to Atticus specifically, but in the brain trust, there doesn't seem to be anyone in that room. We can come back to it. Let's
No,
head back the other way.
Maybe.
I think
That
we
could
should
be the
check out this
book,
room
right?
Now before we move on.
Oh, I'll say grab the book and let's head the other way.
No.
No,
Open the
look at the
door.
book.
No.
Look at the book and let's head the other way.
Touch anything.
I'm opening the door and I'm walking up.
Just look at it. Don't touch it.
I walk over and I activate my true sight.
Okay.
As
So
we,
you,
Just enough time to see me get cut in half.
Yeah.
you walk over and you activate True Sight. You see nothing different from the room in front of you. However, you do see on the doorway, in script that is only visible through True Sight, it says, "The Orcish Wizard Hundrak."
Oh.
The Orcish Wizard Hundrak.
And it's carved into the door.
I wrote that name down somewhere else before, and I don't remember where.
Does the name Hundrak mean anything to anybody?
I won't even make you guys roll for it. Actually, no, I will make Ava roll for it, and I'll make Elburn roll for it too. Roll for a history check.
History?
Yep.
15.
Oh my god. I have a +9 on history and I got a natural fucking 1.
Nope, neither of you. The name Hundrak doesn't appear. IRL, for those of you, Hundrak was the name of an establishment in a previous campaign. So if that's what's causing you to think about it, it's not. Yeah. You have not heard of that name yet. Yeah. You've not heard of that name yet.
Gotcha.
I walk into the room, look to go towards the book.
Yeah, it goes. You go to the book. Do you speak Orcish?
I might. No, I think I speak Goblin.
Didn't one of
I
us?
do.
Yeah, I do not speak
Yeah.
Orcish.
And she does. Well, Ray does.
It is a book in a language that you cannot read.
I'll grab the book.
Okay.
I
Nothing
check out the-
happens.
The skull.
The skull.
Creepy, Ev. It's a skull. Gross.
The skull is a very ornate design. It honestly seems to be purely decorative.
There's a spell component for clairvoyance. That is a jeweled horn.
Okay.
That's why I ask.
It is for sure a jeweled horn. If you want to take it with you. It actually has 2 jeweled horns.
Yeah.
Need me to snap these horns off? I'm pretty strong now after.
I think we can snap them off
Last
later, maybe.
I've just been wanting to test out my new strength.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're looking really cut, honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey guys, I love this, but I think we should probably start heading the other way.
Are there any drawers in the desk or no?
It is not a desk,
search
it's just a table.
Just a table. Well, I'll search it for anything
What's
else.
going on
Any
with
like secret
is-
thing or anything.
Yeah, roll an
there a
investigation
rug?
check.
In the center of this room.
Roll it at advantage while he's looking at the rug.
Okay.
We'll just use the investigation check for the whole room.
Natural 20. Roll a 5.
Natural 20.
25 total.
With a natural 20, I can tell you that there is firmly nothing else in this room. However, what I will tell you with a natural 20 is that with the way that the script was put on the door and the way that this room is set up, it feels like an exhibit.
Oh.
Is the book actually filled with stuff, or is it just like
Filled.
one page? Or
It seems to be personal handwritings.
Ava, I got you a book.
Score.
Walk out.
So you walk out. Avra's there. Ray's there in the middle as well. If you show the, do you show the book to everybody?
Yeah, I'll give it to Ava as soon as I walk out.
As you are handing it to Avra, Ray, you notice that it is written in Orcish.
Oh, that's an orc book.
I'll hand it to you immediately if it seems like you know it.
It is the personal spell book of the Orc Wizard Hundrek.
It is the personal spell book of the orc wizard Hundrek, you guys. That's
Hundrek?
cool.
That sounds familiar, but I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah. It's like it was like a lifetime ago or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
as you guys are discussing this, this is about the time that you guys hear from Laszlo and after they discussed the intricacies of the brain trust. Laszlo says, "We got a small gap over here."
I don't know if I can
Oh.
fit through that. I've been bulking up lately.
You look cut, man. I walk
Thank
over
you, I
and,
appreciate that. I
and
really
check the
appreciate that.
blood. Do I understand, like, if I roll in nature, could I see what kind of blood that is?
You're not super proficient in different types of blood, but you can try.
I drank a few.
Albin's
gallons
a
of blood back
hematologist.
in the day.
This is AB positive blood.
Should I do nature for that, I
And
guess?
B positive. This is
Yeah,
blood.
nature's fine. No, well, yeah, sure, nature's fine.
Ew.
Dirte Twante.
Somebody clicked that,
Um,
that was great.
It's blood.
See, I'd be
turn around
positive.
very
It's blood.
slowly as I'm about to taste it, and I just go, "It's blood, guys."
Very CSI
Why did
of
you just dip your finger in it, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and send Gidget through.
Why would you eat it?
Oh God!
He's not walking the blood?
You send Gidget through the door. You can see with Gidget that the right
Oops.
hallway just continues for a bit, and you can see that the left hallway goes to an awning that is an archway that is completely made out of skulls that leads to a staircase that continues downward.
The man cave for sure.
All right,
Right.
maybe the skull archway is the way to go.
I mean, it seems like the quickest route. Let's all
Or is it
squeeze
too
through
obvious?
this crack real quick.
It might be too obvious.
You can squeeze through the crack. It's just going to be one at a time.
That's traps.
Looks like everybody's walked through and nothing's happened. As
Maybe we
you
should-
are, as
I mean,
you walk
I'll
through,
squeeze through if I can.
Oh my
Nobody-
god.
you're
he has
fine.
like
Lucas.
take off his armor.
As you walk
Put it
through,
back on.
you look to the
Don't
right.
touch anything.
The hallway continues until it reaches a dead end with a carved statue of a wolf.
I approach. Can I investigate for traps as I approach?
Approach what?
The wolf statue.
Yeah, sure. Roll an investigation check.
Please be good. Hey, dirty 20.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for mechanical traps, specifically anything. That
So, like any pressure plates or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't notice any like indents or anything in the floor, or any like cracks in the floor or anything like that as you walk. How close do you get to the statue?
Wait, stop.
I'll say that, like, in my investigation, I was going slowly through and probably ended up like there.
I'll stay within 10 feet of
Okay.
Does
so
True
my
Sight
aura can touch you.
give anything with a perception check in this area?
True Sight does. What does True Sight reveal again?
Stuff.
But just like stuff that's
Important
like
things.
Like illusions.
yeah.
Yeah, and the ethereal plane, ghosts, and illusory
Yeah.
script.
Yeah.
I might
yeah.
still be detecting magic as well.
You do detect a sense of evocation magic from the wolf.
It's gonna shoot like fire or something spooky out. I bet.
Yeah. Hey, Elburn, I wouldn't.
You see as you go like this.
Actually,
What?
sorry, retcon that, Abra. You're not close enough. You would not be able to know.
Oh. Okay.
Is the wolf
Go
like
ahead,
a religious
Albert.
symbol?
This wolf is gonna do something terrible, and I don't think we should go near
Go
it.
ahead.
Like do I recognize it as some sort of wolf god symbol?
The only thing that you notice is that it looks very familiar to the Lakar.
Okay.
Can Lakar turn into vampires?
I think we should get a closer look.
Can I turn into a Leica?
I go, I agree. Do you want to
I've tried. I can't yet.
just in case?
No.
Maybe we should send like a Gidget or someone, so if something like happens, I can send Sam if we
I'll
want to
send a
keep
Gidget.
Gidget.
Gidget and
Okay.
Sam can go together.
Well,
I
then we
do
lose
move-
both of them if something happens, though.
That's
so maybe
true.
just
Let's
one.
lose. Maybe we should lose Gidget before Sam.
Okay.
Sorry,
would-
Gidget. I love you.
I don't really know how to quickly get Sam back. It takes some time, so.
Yeah, you actually have not cast Find Familiar yet, so you don't have Sam.
Oh,
You lost Sam when he was
You're right.
killed by the
I don't have
zombies,
Sam.
and you have not cast Find Familiar since then.
because I don't know how.
I mean, you do. It's a spell that you got as a warlock. It's a natural
I
spell.
don't get it until.
Yeah.
It's something that you have as a pact creature, as part
I
of
don't
your
have
pact.
a pact yet.
Yeah, she hasn't picked a pack.
Oh well, you can cast Find Familiar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I go
Sorry.
against the wall. I go against the wall, but still move towards the wolf statue.
To there, yeah, nothing happens. You connect with Gidget. He walks up to the wolf statue, snips it.
I move forward.
Okay, I'm gonna-
How many more feet that is?
Okay.
I'll stand right next to him.
Ray just goes away.
Keep
I was
on.
gonna
I'll,
say,
it's like,
I'm
feeling-
interested in this archway, so.
Yeah, me too. I'm telling Gidget to come back.
Okay.
you guys,
Gidget
don't wanna,
makes his
you
way
guys
back.
not interested in this wolf? Should we turn back?
Should just pet
I
it once.
already said that. Leave the wolf alone.
It's just like bigger fish, you know.
Is there any loose
Bigger
stone?
wolves.
Is there any loose stone or anything around, like a pebble or something? Oh wait, that's silly. I take
You
out
have
my
a whole-
longbow.
You
And
have a
I
whole
just,
bag of ball bearings that
and
are
I
bullet.
I'm not giving up the bullets. I
As he
take,
fires.
I take an arrow and fire
As he
it.
fires an arrow.
You fire an arrow at the wolf statue. Cracks.
Doesn't seem dangerous.
So let's keep going then.
Okay, and I keep walking forward because that's what keep going to me means.
I'll stay with Elburn. I'll stay with him 10 feet.
Great.
As
So
soon
you
as you
just run
step
into
within
the
the
statue?
blue, as soon as you step within the blue light of the wolf, the eyes of the wolf immediately glow a bright blue light, and the wall starts rushing forward. I need Elburn and Atticus to both make dexterity saving throws.
Of all the things I thought
You
were
get a
gonna
plus
happen,
4.
the wall rushing forward was not one of them.
Why?
I thought like flames were gonna happen.
Why did you chance it?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
21.
All right, so you'll both take half damage.
Fuck.
Let me. I always forget to get the dice roller out ahead of time. You each take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the wall slams into you, sending you about 5 feet back, and then continues to rush towards you.
Oh, yeah, we should go. Let's go.
Yeah, I sprint towards.
As you guys are
Wolf
sprinting,
stuff.
as you guys are sprinting down the hallway, the wolf keeps pace with you and continues to follow you until all of you are standing underneath the archway, and the wolf ends past this gap.
Well, I'm glad we figured that out
Now we know.
now.
Sure.
So we can't go back.
I'm guessing not.
Wait, was there anything cool at the wolf or?
It
Well,
looks like
for-
we can still
I'm gonna
The
send
wolf didn't-
Gidget down the stairs.
Wolf didn't retreat, right?
The wolf did not retreat. It's still right there. Right there.
I could probably push that wolf when we leave, but let's.
I mean, we can still get through the crack, or did it pass the crack?
Oh wait, no, yeah. Sorry, it went past the crack.
Okay.
Crack.
Yeah.
Atticus, do you want to find out if we can push it?
No, let's just keep going.
If we need to, maybe there's a way out there.
I don't want it to like, I don't know, do something else. and
You
touch it.
send Gidget down the stairs. He it's actually, hold on. He goes down the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs, there is a green light similar to the blue ones in a large pool of blood, and then a hallway that just continues.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, if he got down the stairs, okay.
Can we try and stick
Alright.
together, please?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So, I will reveal where you all are. This
While
is what
that's
you currently see.
happening, and like while we're moving forward, I would love to just like look down at Laszlo. Whoa, Laszlo. Simmer down there, buddy. I would like to look over to Laszlo and just be like, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing all right? I know this is like prime conditions for you, but it's like your first.
Yeah, this is my first dungeon with the new group, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of still feeling things out a little bit.
Okay.
I
Cool,
went
cool,
with
cool.
Elburn, just us, down that hallway, and I was like, I was like, this is bad. We should stick together.
Oh, good. And so you're learning already. I love that.
I think, as long as we don't like get eaten, I feel
Yeah.
pretty confident.
Step 1, don't get eaten. Step 2, don't be proud.
Oh,
Ava, will you put
I
your token out?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You can be proud.
I mean, don't be too proud that you keep going when you are at your threshold.
I am very humble.
Yeah, stay humble is what I mean. I
Stay
guess by
humble,
don't be
okay.
proud. You can be proud, but also humble.
Like
I
peaks
already
down
put
if
I
you
already
need
put the first one that you put out there.
Sit down if you need
Just
to.
that's what happened is you're putting out one and then you're not seeing it, and so you're putting out another one. I fixed it. I fixed the original. Okay, so all of you can actually see more than what you're seeing right now. You see further down the hallway. So you see that at the foot of the stairs where you're currently at is a pool of blood being smeared and taken down further into this hallway. You see that the dull blue lights have been replaced with dull green lights, and the hallway just continues on.
Keep on inching on.
All right.
Your traps as we go.
Yeah.
I'm not very proficient in magic quite yet, but can I roll an arcana or a perception or something as to why the change of the color of lights? Because you said they were magic.
Sure.
If
yeah, go ahead and roll.
it's pointless, then I don't have to. But I'm interested.
You get the feeling that the elves with their architecture simply were trying to give like color code, maybe.
Okay.
It could be a color coding. It could be a theming. But it doesn't seem to be like. What?
Leitmotif.
What'd you say? Leitmotif?
But not.
Oh! I get it. Sorry. Or it could be, but you don't get that it's like different types of magic or anything like that.
Okay.
It's definitely a
Cool,
decorative
cool.
choice.
All these elves are Libras. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you guys continue down, you see that the
are we
hallway
not
in
going?
front
Oh,
of
okay.
you yet again splits, and that also
Ah!
to your right
Jump the gap.
you see a hole in the wall with some blood pouring out of it.
Ooh, yum.
I take an arrow and kind of stick the arrow in the hole.
Like you're standing
Why?
next to the hole and you just stick it in.
I'm here and I'm seeing if it's like a spike or some shit will shoot at me. So I just take it and put
Gross.
it in the side.
As you
What's with
do
you and
that,
blood today?
you feel your arrow push in on something.
What do I have to roll to go? Is this flesh or is this?
It feels like it could be flesh.
I look back against the wall like this and go. There's something behind here. I'm not sure if it's alive or dead or if it's flesh at all.
As Ray walks past it, Ray looks to the left and sees your arrow embedded into a librarian of the Library of Ancients, a man with short black hair who has been his face has already been torn asunder, and his skull has been smashed into this wall. His left eye is currently just a pool of white liquid as it pours down the side of his face, and
Is he okay?
and he also has an arrow sticking out of him. So
Person. It's a person. It's a person. It's a person.
And I rip the arrow out.
as you rip the arrow,
Hello.
you rip the arrow out, and blood splatters on both Ray and Atticus.
Oh,
Elburn. God.
don't start
Sorry.
sticking your arrow in things.
Sorry, I cleaned the arrow. Sorry everyone.
Has it been a minute since this guy has passed?
Oh my God.
Does it look like
Revivify requires every organ to be there. This dude's brain's no longer there.
Alright.
Or if it is, it's not healable.
Okay.
I don't like this, you guys. I don't.
I'll,
Is there anything else in that, Elburn, is there anything else in that hole?
Doesn't seem to be anything else in the hole.
I can't look. I can't look.
I would always try to stay within 10 feet of the person in front. Just to.
Oh,
Since
sorry.
you're going
I keep
further-
just wandering.
Does this guy
Since you're
have
going
any
further to the left.
idea?
Yeah, keep in mind that... Sorry,
If
go
this guy
ahead.
has an-
Go
or
ahead.
Something else. Does this guy have an ID? Or
No ID, but he does have a badge that like represents being a librarian of the Library of Ancients, but no ID.
Okay.
As you guys are traveling to the left, you see. Oh, I revealed the room, but
I didn't see anything. I haven't
okay,
seen
cool.
It
It didn't do it. It didn't do it.
No, it did.
Oh, it did do it. Yeah, that's fine. You see, it's fine.
Oh, I
but
just
you
didn't zoom
see,
out, sorry.
you see that to the left. Just pretend you don't see the room behind it.
Okay.
And to the right, you see that the hallway. Wait, hold on.
Ugh.
Ah, crap.
Triangle. Ah!
An obelisk.
You see that the hallway simply continues
It's
down.
Bermuda. Oh, okay.
It's Bermuda.
Just saw your. Did we know that?
Yeah.
Right. We should check out the door first because it's gonna be maybe
We
it'll
could find
be
another orc book.
another caster or another spell book. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it could be leading to a trap.
I will go down there.
I don't know what.
Says the
do you
guy
care
who went to go
about
check out the. Says the guy who went to go check out the wolf statue by himself.
Yeah.
Oh, Atticus is with me.
You left by yourself.
I'm coming.
Oh.
Okay, so you go up to the door.
Going. I was just...
Yeah.
I do
I'll
not
go.
go up the door. I
Is
just
there-
stand in that.
You go up to the door and it is
Sure, within
unlocked.
10 feet.
Is there any
Um,
feedback about it?
Do you have True Sight still going?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
You do still have True Sight going. It says, the ancient wizard Vizax.
Vizax.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
What's that?
I know the name Vizax at all.
Go ahead and roll a history check. You as well, Abra.
19.
27.
27.
Girl.
Elburn, you do remember the name Vizax. You don't remember specifically what he was known for. You just know that he is always in the conversation of dark wizards seeking too much power. So you know that is, you like remember him from that conversation. Avra, you remember the same stuff, except with a 27. You remember that he was imprisoned in a mere realm, and is most likely still there to this day, because that was his punishment. Because what he would do is he would create mere copies of people, but with his attempt every time was with the lack of free will. and then he would then replace these people by killing
Okay.
the originals. He was a messed up dude.
I would reiterate all that to everyone who's around.
Well, maybe we shouldn't go in there then.
I mean,
I think we have to.
I think this is like a museum to like evil wizards.
yeah, I mean, as much as I do kind of want to see what's in there, I think that we need to get to the Ganondels as quickly as we can.
Yeah, we can get. There might be a powerful spell book on the other side of this that you could use.
Yeah, just quickly run in there, grab it. and come
Sure,
back.
I
No,
don't.
no, real quick.
Speaking as the person who hates spell books, it's already bad enough that we have one of somebody. Having another one from what Abra said, as a powerful.
I'm already slowly opening.
No.
I'll tell
I-
Gidget to go in.
That's a fine idea, but I don't think we should take the magic from that. There's a reason I destroyed my own spell book.
Gidget walks in, and you see the dull blue rug. You see a couch covered in what seems to be some kind of white sheet, and a table that seems to be covered in some kind of white sheet as well.
Does the sheet on that table go down far enough that Gidget could nom at it and pull it?
Gidget is a mouse.
Okay. Let's go in the room.
Okay.
We'll go in the room.
Go in the room.
I do not go in the room.
I'm shadowing Abra, so whatever she's doing, I am literally.
You go in the room and you see what I described. However, from your angle, you're able to see that there is something somewhat flat but sticking up a little bit on the table underneath the blanket.
Everybody stand back. Take the sheet.
Not even in the room.
You take the sheet, you take it off, you see a handheld mirror on this table facing down.
I'll put the sheet back over.
Put it back. Yeah. We gotta go. Nope. We're out.
That's
We gotta
not
go.
good.
I immediately turn around and start walking out.
Should we break this mirror? Should we?
No,
No.
definitely
Okay.
not.
Abra says
You're
no.
trapped there.
All right, so you guys
I'll walk
continue.
under the sheet to the couch. You know, what's under there?
It just looks like a couch.
Could
The other one's
I,
just a couch.
Ray, yes, go ahead.
as everyone's leaving, could I sleight of hand stealth grab the mirror?
Yes.
idea.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
I feel like we might need it. I feel like gotta catch them all, you know?
Do
I
we?
look at Abra coming out, and I've just like got my arms crossed and I go, "Didn't feel safe in there, did you?"
Well, now we know. You know, now we know.
18.
Is anybody's passive perception above an 18?
Mine's 17.
Dang it.
14.
Nope.
Somebody save me
Ray,
from myself.
Ray,
That's
roll a
9.
Constitution saving throw for me.
If
See,
you're
you
within 10 feet
guys.
of me, which I'm still in the room looking at that couch, you get +4.
My passive perception's a 19.
Okay, so
I got a -1.
you notice her grab the mirror. So you notice this all happen, but you can't stop it. She grabs the mirror. Your -1 Constitution saving throw means that you feel this compelling force to look at the mirror, and you look at the mirror, and I need you to roll a charisma saving throw for me.
oh my god.
My
Yeah,
second
you're good at
one.
that. You're
Ray,
good at that.
famously
You get a +4.
I'm not a
+4.
charisma. Oh, +4?
Yeah,
Did I have a
for me.
+4 to the constitution?
You got a
did.
negative
It would have been
one.
a 3. Wouldn't help.
Well, no, I got a natural 1.
Well, I mean, still.
Okay, so, sorry,
Charisma.
charisma saving?
Yep.
I'm really sorry, you guys.
No.
+4, 10.
+4, 10. You turn the mirror, and you see the visage of a man with a long black beard and a bald head looking back at you. His eyes are pupilless and pure white. And he looks at you and he says, "Hello, Ray Dusor. I need you to release me. Pretty please." And
Maybe
because
not.
you failed that charisma saving throw, you take the mirror and you shatter it on the ground. In a plume
I
of smoke,
have
this
made it
man
there.
appears in the area. Atticus, you immediately see a long black beard, and he says, "Good to be back." And he snaps his fingers, and he's gone.
Fuck.
I
Add
am
it to the
so
list.
sorry, you guys. I am.
Hey, nobody else needs to
so
know about this. Nobody else.
Sorry.
Did anybody else
So
see this?
sorry.
Shattered?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we probably looked back.
Yeah,
here
you all
and
heard a
back.
shatter, and you all see Rev really try hard to control the look on his face as he sees what just happened behind all of you.
What the fuck just happened?
I dropped a vial. I'm sorry. I was gonna look to make sure I had my fire resistance potion. I do.
We don't
I
have time
knocked
right
my
now. Let's
ink.
just
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm
He's-
sorry.
he's
Let's
gonna
go.
Go ahead, Rev.
Who's gonna be what?
Putting 2 and 2 together, I think add Vizax to the list.
Probably
Yeah.
right before Rock's going to hell to kill
No.
Natasha.
No.
He's probably gonna be thankful to us for releasing him, so I think we're fine.
He made
No.
mirror people.
We all
Elburn,
get
knowing
one,
that he
we all get
said
one.
not to.
Hey, okay, all right. You all gotta just take a deep breath. You're all talking over each other quite a bit. So just take a deep breath, talk calmly and quietly, notice who's talking. Rev, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, Ray, we all get one. We're currently cleaning up my situation right now.
Yes.
Let's go. Come on. Let's keep it moving. Everybody
Okay,
stay
okay.
together. Stop
Alright.
touching things.
I touch my hands like this.
Love
Can I
it.
get
You guys
my
listen
one
to
over
Rev,
with?
but not me.
I do, I'm
Can I get my one over with? All right, so you guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you this. You look down the other hallway, or the rest of the hallway. You see that the hallway continues, and that there are 2 doors before the hallway turns down a corner.
All right, I start walking down the hallway up to this door, looking for traps.
Go ahead and roll. Actually, I'm not even gonna make you roll an investigation check. You don't notice any traps. You noticed an unlocked door. 10 minutes have passed. However, Rev, if you want to, it was illusory script, but you noticed that it was carved. It was like an illusory carved script. So if you wanted to attempt a perception check to like feel where it was, you can if you want to.
Above the door.
Where it was, yeah, like where it was on each door. If you wanted to, you could attempt.
Right. Is there? So yeah, I'm.
Because
as we-
because 10 minutes have passed, yeah.
Right. Sure. So this is.
So
just
go
a
ahead and
hall.
yeah. So go ahead and roll a perception check for me. I would say at advantage too, because you know what you're looking for.
So 24.
24. Okay. So on the first door, that the one that Laszlo's at, you see you feel illusory script, and it's in Elvish, so it takes you a couple times, not your native language. It says the Dark Wizard Xavier Senax. And then you go
My
to
hands
the
are moving,
door.
Bob.
You go to the door
Hachi,
to the
hachi,
right.
gang. We got a spicy one here.
You go to the door to the right and feel it, and it says the Archmage of Devis.
I didn't get caught, motherfuckers! I want to join them. I also want to grab a shard of the mirror of this axe.
Yeah, sure. We
Unless
can
it-
just say that you grabbed. Nope. It's
Great.
just. You pick it up. It looks like a shard of a mirror. So you get that and pick it up easily enough.
I do go, and I'm with them when that happens, and I see them.
How does it feel to be
Yeah.
old enough to be in a museum, Elburn?
Huh?
How does it feel to be old enough to be in a museum?
Well, seeing as I'm the only one besides Xavier who wasn't caught, I guess, or is at least still alive, I'm kind of.
You were-
not gonna lie.
didn't you-
I mean, we just released another one, so.
Yeah,
You're in great
we're gonna
company,
have a
Ed.
talk about that after this. And
Well, I'm just saying that it's like only 1 out of 4 so far, so it's
Yeah.
not that impressive.
Yeah, weird flex, Elburn.
Very weird. Was that guy a colleague of yours?
on the inside, Elburn goes, I'm gonna make a note of this and have a conversation with everyone after we get out of here.
I'm glad we've all kind of come to terms that you were kind of an evil wizard before we got here, because this would be hard to unpack. I think.
yeah, that would be hard to unpack. Yeah.
That would be, well, if you wouldn't know, it's just the art making damage.
Yeah.
Well, we
Wait,
haven't
So-
got a movie, so let's find out.
We should open up Xavier's first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
I
it'll
agree.
tell us about him.
I open
Okay.
up Xavier's door.
I'll stand
You open
next
up
to him.
Xavier's door. You see a long green rug, 2 tables on either side with 2 candles, a green table on the other side. You see 2 emerald like insects, but they're made out of pure emerald on either side. They're jewels. They're shaped like insects. And in the middle, you see a gold one that is encircled, holding a gold gem.
Should we just trash it?
That I think would be a very big mistake based on what just happened, Laszlo.
Oh, you're right.
Should we write the Lake Peak 6
break
here, or
anything,
Lake
but
Peak 7?
maybe like take a dump in the middle of the rug or something.
Oh, I could do that.
I don't think this is like Xavier's place, so I think we're just
No,
disrespecting
but-
the
What's
elves.
about
that
sending
made
a
this at- But like, to who?
Maybe we should just keep going.
Can I
Yeah.
make an Arcana check on it without touching it?
What are you trying to deem?
The
Glean
gold
from it, I
gem
should say.
to see if that has any connection to.
An Arcana check from the doorway at a distance when all your magical knowledge is gone is not something that can happen. No.
Oh, we're not in the room.
I don't see you in the room.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Like I said, I go by your tokens on these maps.
Gotcha.
Okay, Elburn, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I would go with him to give him +4.
+4. Thank God, because that's.
If I have to make it 2, that's fine.
15.
Would you have stepped on the rug with it, like with him? Right next to him?
I'd stay 10 feet back from the floor.
Sure.
within
Go ahead
10
and make a dexterity saving
feet.
throw.
Yeah, so,
I got a 15.
Okay.
13. No, 14.
13.
I'm gonna use
Both?
my flash of genius to add 5 to Atticus's roll.
Okay, so you get an 18. You both fail.
19.
You,
Dang
yeah, still fail. DC a 20. So you, the rug immediately starts to bubble and pop, and you immediately sink about 2 feet and take 17 points of acid damage. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no!
Oh, even though we're not in the room.
Fun to watch other people's consequences.
This isn't
These are
damage
the
from a
actions
spell, right?
of
This is
other
damage from a
people.
spell.
This is damage from a spell, yes.
So
Oh,
I would
now
have
I roll
resist-
high.
We would both have resistance to it if it's damage from a spell.
Cool. So 17
So-
half to 8. 8 points of damage.
I love that, like, you know, at least 5 of us have played as dungeon masters, set up dungeons before, and we're like walking into like the, hey, this is definitely a trap.
Atticus has never been a dungeon master.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I'm lauding our ability to just like turn it off.
No, I agree. I like it. No, I very much as the DM of this campaign, I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, all of
Okay,
us are
so
like, we want him to hurt us a little bit.
so let's go with Laszlo. What you got?
10.
Oh,
10.
that's
Abra. Abra.
21.
21.
21.
Rev.
17.
Atticus.
7.
Ray.
22.
Kelfie.
20.
Why are you bummed about that?
'Cause
And
now I
Elder.
roll high.
Oh, you know, that big old 11.
11. All right.
Thank God.
Ray, it's your turn at the top of the turn
God
order.
Damn it!
Um,
Why?
You hear a bunch of commotion happening.
I am gonna bust through the door. Do I have? Is that 30 feet? Basically,
Um,
from where I was at. I was right
I actually
here.
didn't see where you were. Thank you. Yes, I would
was
say
right
that's
here.
30 feet. Yeah. But you're
Da-da-da,
within.
I'm gonna bust.
You can get right up next to them.
Okay, I'm gonna bust through the door. Sorry, Laszlo, push you a little bit. Get out of my way! I said, guys, don't pick up the mirror! As I bust in the door, and then I see the and I am gonna instantly. So you said he sunk down. Elburn sunk down.
They
like,
both
2
sunk
feet.
down 2 feet
Both sunk
immediately.
down 2 feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my quarterstaff It's so
Okay.
new, I forgot the name of it. And put it in between them, and just for them to grab to see if I can like pull them.
Sure. I'll say
I don't
that
know
you
what
guys can
kind of-
use. Are you gonna do one at a time? I'm assuming because trying to pull
Yeah,
both of
if
them will be
that-
much harder.
Yeah, let's do it.
So who do you extend the staff to first?
Who grabs it
This is
first?
really telling.
Oh,
You-
I step back, but it's your
You
choice.
extend the staff. One of them can use their reactions to grab it.
Okay, it's probably gonna be a little closer to Atticus. Sorry, Elburn.
Yeah. So Atticus.
And I'll grab
Wow.
it.
You see Albert
Wow.
slowly just
Well,
so
I
Atticus.
have reasons.
So Atticus, you can use your reaction if you want to grab it, and then both
Yeah,
of you
I'll go for
roll athletics checks.
Ah.
18.
No, Atticus and Ray.
Oh,
I rolled a
sorry.
7.
The
Oh,
people who
sorry.
are pulling.
Sorry, that's my bad. Athletics.
No worries, you're good. You're good. No worries.
18.
18 and you got a 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, so you're not able to pull them out of the gunk. So that was your movement and action. You got a bonus action if you have one.
Does this look like? What does this gunk look like?
It looks
Is
like a
it-
boiling pool of
Is
acid.
it like? Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, wait.
I am going to bonus action.
What? I mean, it just does.
I'm just gonna bonus action. Just say, okay, I'll try again.
Okay.
That'll be
All
my
right. All right, Avra, you're up.
Okay, this is a wild attempt, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up to like right next to Ray here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to cast Reduce on the rug.
Huh. Let me look up the language of the spell.
It's in English.
Damn it. Beat me to it.
It's in Orcish.
Oh, I can read
Wow.
it.
Oh, I can read that.
This is why rugs that turn into acid exist. I feel like, because we make jokes like that.
You should have known. it was an ugly
I would
color.
say,
You can tell me no. It's okay to tell me.
yeah, I would say no, just because it says a creature or object, and I wouldn't consider a pool of liquid an object.
Okay, yeah.
The physicists.
I'm going to. I'll run over to Elburn
Okay.
and put out my staff.
Okay.
And I guess for my bonus action, turn back and tell people to come help us.
Okay.
But for my action, try to get him out.
All right, Elburn, do you use your reaction to grab it?
Absolutely.
Alrighty, I need athletics checks from both of yous.
And that means Avra and Elburn.
Oh, god damn
I'm
it.
not the one to be doing this.
I had a good one when I wasn't supposed to be doing it, and now I got a 5.
11.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We're doing
You
really
accidentally
good,
hit
guys.
Elburn on the
Sorry,
head.
buddy.
Sorry.
I just
That's
look
it.
at Atticus and I'm like, I'm not jacked like you!
Kelpie, you're up.
Okay, I am also going to.
You
Run
can't get
into-
into the room, unfortunately, because both
Even though I'm
Avra and
small?
Ray. Yep, they're both standing right in front of the doorway.
But I can take up the same space as a bigger person because I'm small.
Okay, sure. You can get on through.
I think that's a description.
It
in
is no.
halflingness.
You're totally right. You're totally
Okay.
right.
Then I would like to basically squeeze between them.
Mhm.
And instead of trying with strength, I would like to use my cantrip Thorn Whip. And since
Okay.
Atticus, I think, was a little behind, I'm gonna try to hit him with it.
Totally. So yeah, you make make an attack roll to just see if you can hit Atticus.
That's a 19.
With
well,
my shield, no, it's 21.
well, what I was gonna say is I consider you like using your shield as like an active thing. So if you wanted to let her hit you by like dropping your shield, you can do that.
So that'd be 19. So it beats then, yeah, for sure.
So it wraps around. Go ahead and roll damage. You do still need to roll damage.
Yeah, it's sorry.
But this is from a spell, so it'll be half. Yeah.
True. Dang it. So 9. So
half to 4. Yeah. 4 piercing damage. I think piercing, right?
Yeah, 4 piercing, and then not like a strength check. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
if I
So
do it.
So we're just gonna say that yours is a success. So Atticus just needs to roll an athletics check now.
I'm supposed to be good at this. Yeah, 21.
21. With the help of Kelfie's Thorn Whip. And actually, Kelfie, I'll say as a matter of fact, you actually, I mean, you can if you want to, but you can Thorn Whip, like, in between, like, Aethra and Ray. Like, you just, like, time it and Thorn Whip in between them, start pulling them. Atticus, you're able to pull out of the pool of acid. Even getting pulled out of it, you do take...
hard-earned life.
3 points of acid damage, half to 1. So that is the end of Atticus' turn. Kelfie, bonus action if you want it.
I mean, they didn't get that like beat up by any of these things, since the both of them have now gotten like hit by a wall, and also acid.
It was I think all total it's like under 20 still.
Yeah, so they don't look that beat up.
It's exactly 19. But I think.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
guess.
I'll go ahead and just do a quick first level healing word. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
it was
you
a
can.
cantrip though.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Thorn Whip is a cantrip, so you can do that. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll just do it since Atticus
So
again. Sorry.
Kelfie looks up at you, and even though it's usually
Again,
even though it's
still
usually
on
even though it's usually a word, Kelfie just looks up at you with like puppy dog eyes, like concerned, and you just like feel better as she casts healing word on you. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll and let Atticus know. And then Rev, you are
5, because it
5
was
hit
first
points.
level.
Thank you.
All right. So Rev, Elburn, you're on deck.
Walks up and realizes he can't get into the room.
Yeah.
Like, too many cooks in this situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, just spend
Just
his
chills.
turn. You got it.
Yeah, you guys got this. All right, Elburn, you're up, buddy.
I'm screaming bloody murder while Rev looks on. Am I? So are those?
You're close enough to the. You're actually close enough to the to preemptively answer your question. You're close enough to the edge of this pool that you can simply use the floor itself to help you try to get out if you want.
Right. I was going to ask about the torches on the side to be like, can I grab that?
Those are candles
yeah,
on a
I
table, so yeah, you feel like those would be less useful. So go ahead and roll an
Light
athletics check.
yourself on fire.
Absolutely.
Unless you want
Please
other
don't fuck
third, unless you want some more third-degree burns from candle wax. Anyway, go ahead and roll.
I love it. My head's already fucked up enough. Might as well. God, fuck me sideways. This is an 11.
She says no, and then you still fail. So she doesn't like. She said no to your proposal. Yeah. So you fail, and you sink another 2 feet. So you are 4 feet deep in acid now. Taking
Yeah.
taking
How tall
12 taking 12 points of acid damage, halved to 6. And that is the end of Elburn's
look at
turn.
everybody. Can I take my bonus action to look at everybody and go, fucking hell!
Yeah, of course you can. Laszlo, you are up. You have the same rule being small as Kelfie does, so you can come in if you want to.
All right, I'm panicking. I rush into the room. Elburn, stay still. I can maybe blow you out of there. I'm like pull out some grenades from my.
What?
Wait, you don't want that?
I don't want to die, man.
I'm super weak. I just reached out and tried to pull him up.
Okay, yeah. Both of you make athletics checks. This will be
Please,
Elburn's reaction.
You different D20. Please. God, fuck, a 10.
I got a 4. Elburn's gonna die.
You unfortunately fail and cannot pull him up. All right, so that's the end of Laszlo's turn, unless you got a bonus action or something.
My bonus action is to turn around and go, help!
Okay. And then Atticus, end of the turn order. Bring us home.
I'll be all right. Elburn, we can do this. I'll kind of take the quarterstaff with Avra and the one that she was.
Elburn has used his reaction, so he cannot grab onto the stick.
Why hasn't he's had a turn again?
He just used his reaction to grab onto Laszlo. Yeah.
Can I?
You can reach in yourself.
Can I like climb along the side?
Yes, for sure. It'll just be a slightly more difficult DC with him not helping you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like spit in my hands and all right, let's do it.
You just go limp. Yeah.
And I roll a 7.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't go and roll a dexterity saving throw for me. Actually, Laszlo, I need you to roll a
You
dexterity
can lay
saving throw
Albert
for
to
me.
rest.
Wait, hold on, Atticus.
You get a +4.
Hold on, Atticus. Laszlo, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me. +4.
Okay, no problem. Easy. Natural 1.
Oh my god.
Laszlo is pulled into the pool of acid with.
Can I use
with
my
Elburn.
reaction to grab him?
Yes, you can. That saves him. So then your turn would have continued as normal. Now you make a dexterity saving throw to see if you get pulled into the pool of.
I'm on the edge. Whoa!
So I pull him, grab him, throw him out, and I rolled 6, and I fall into the acid.
And you fall in. Yeah. So Atticus, you immediately fall in, except you are prone. And so I will say you have the wherewithal to pull yourself and fall on your back.
Yeah.
Actually, as you start to fall, no, because you went over to the side to help Elburn. Ray and Avra cannot reach out to try to grab you.
Could I? Because I can use my reaction to cast any spell. Because I have.
Are you a warcaster? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do Thorn Whip again.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he's out of my reach, and just try to pull him from.
Yeah.
Nice.
Roll an attack roll.
Gotta roll a 19.
No, it's a 17.
No, remember the shield thing.
Well, my AC without the shield's 19.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm just
letting it hit me.
No, yeah. I'm gonna rule as a DM that like, she won't do any damage, because of your armor. So like that's good. But you are like you're able to grab onto him. So go ahead and roll an athletics. Actually, you're falling. So the Thorn Whip saves you. You're good, Atticus. Everyone's good. Top of the torn order. Ray, it's your turn again.
I don't know.
You want to attempt the staff thing again?
No, I'm gonna leave, probably.
Okay.
Make room for somebody more capable.
I mean, yeah. Or you can just step to the side if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like, after that failure and after the mirror, I'm just gonna be like,
Okay.
You just got broken up with Elburn as you're falling.
you can't
All
break
right.
up with someone who's living their life. Anyway,
What?
yeah, so I'll just like, and I'm just gonna silently cast absorb elements on myself.
Okay. Avra, it's your
for
turn.
any acid damage that may happen.
Okay, sounds good.
That's it.
Ooh, me.
Yes,
So Elburn's still in the acid.
sure is.
Laszlo, right?
Okay.
No, but nobody else. You're good.
Just Elburn's in the acid.
Yep, 4 feet deep.
Can I use maybe like a bonus action to make an Arcana check or something like that to see if it seems like this is a like thing that could be dispelled with dispel magic? Like if it's a spell or if it's...
I won't even make you roll. You do think a dispel magic could dispel this.
Okay, then I am going to do that.
What level are you casting dispel magic at?
Oh boy, oh boy. I don't want to use all my spells. Let's go with 3rd level.
3rd level is the level of the spell. You cast Dispel Magic. All of a sudden, Elburn is just shot back up, and then you're laying prone on top of a normal green rug. It seems that literally, like, there's no acid on the ground or anything like that. It just seems like nothing happened.
How are you feeling about magic right now, buddy?
I feel like that's not a time to talk about this, seeing we shattered a mirror. I take out my potion of greater healing, pop that shit right in my mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
Since it's now a regular rug, I would like to walk up and see what's at this table.
Yeah, so you honestly just see the 2 emerald scarabs are 2 emerald scarabs, about roughly $1,000 gold each worth. The middle scarab is smaller and it's wrapped around a small golden gem, has some arcane runes on it. So it's definitely a magical item, but without casting Identify, you're not quite sure what it does.
Okay. I don't want to take the time to cast Identify right.
Bag of holding, we can worry about it later.
I'll toss it in my bag of holding.
I agree.
Alrighty.
Get up.
Do you need more healing, Elburn? You're good, or?
I'm fine for now.
Do you want to touch it with your hand, or should I use a magical hand to put it in your bag?
Oh, you know what? I haven't showed you this trick yet. I can make a magic hand now too, and I'm gonna use Mage Hand, and I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding.
Wonderful.
I make Mage Hand too, and I make them like high five.
I stretch and then walk out of the room to go see what the fuck my name on that shit is.
All right.
Elburn, I'm only gonna follow you into like 3 or 4 more pits of acid before.
I'm not. I'll try and do none. That seems
5 more minutes of this, and I'm gonna get mad.
So you open the door and you
There's a rug in
see
here too.
you see another rug. On the far end, you see a small table with an ornate metal device on it, and a sapphire next to it and an emerald next to it. In the middle, you see a bookshelf, and on the far right, you see a mannequin that was housing deep purple robes that were once robes of Elburn Proctor, the Archmage of Devis. However, there's currently a figure putting those robes on and standing by the mannequin, like stretching out with the sleeves on, and they have not noticed you yet.
Is it Elburn?
Take my pistol out, and I'm gonna stealth around the rug and try to get close to whoever this is.
You roll a stealth check.
Talia, keep
God.
coming with us, or?
Oh yeah, I forgot to put her there, but she's there with you. Yeah.
Cool.
11.
She's very scared. An 11. You see this man start to turn and look at you. You have a second to react if you want to.
Yeah, I fucking let me look at my reactions real quick.
You can just fire your gun if you want to.
I fire near his, like, past his head. And I go, stop. I yell, stop right there after I take the shot.
You hear this voice say, as it explodes on the wall next to him, you hear a voice that almost doesn't seem to come from him, because he's still facing away from you, say, I wouldn't miss the next one.
I go, I won't, and I shoot him.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
I swear to God, if this is some, like, fucking mirror damage, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
You're
Is that the first time you fired the gun?
Yeah.
No, he's
yeah,
he's practiced. He's
Oh,
practiced it with
right.
Laszlo, but the
Oh.
first time in battle, yes.
Yes. Okay. Ooh! 25.
Yeah, hits. Roll damage.
1d8 plus.
I'm looking on proudly as he uses my gun.
8 points of damage.
The bullet. Where were you aiming?
Like center mass, because I'm not that good of a shot.
The bullet
between the eyes yet.
Enters the back, explodes, blood all over the mannequin in front of him, and he just falls to the ground limp, dead. You hear the voice say, "Good job."
Can I rush to him and see who the fuck it is?
Yeah, you rush over and you see this. You see an elven man.
Can I try to like stabilize him, or is he dead?
You can. I mean, he's bleeding out
Like
fast, but you can.
So if I was gonna try to lay on hands, or is he already dead?
Oh no, he's dead. His hit points were pretty low.
Got it.
His total hit points were pretty low.
I'm gonna run up and cast gentle repose on him at least for now.
Well, we got a minute. I can bring him back. If I don't know who they are.
Do I notice who they are?
Why would we kill them?
I can cast Speak with Dead if we want to find out who he is.
Shot somebody in the back.
So wait, what's going on? Atticus and Avra are by the body right now, and Elburn's standing back. Anything else happening?
Did I recognize the face of this person?
No.
Oh,
is there any like?
Oh wait. Roll a perception check.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Because now that you didn't see his face before, but now you can see his face.
A dirty 20.
Yep.
Is this Pharaoh's dad?
Yep.
Well, if it is, I would immediately. Do you say that?
Yes.
I would revivify. If
Okay, so you take.
Damn it, guys.
You take out your diamond. Do you have a diamond worth 300 gold?
Yeah, I have 2 from Pharaoh.
Okay. You place the diamond on Pharaoh's father's chests. Does anybody else do anything in this quick moment?
I start crying.
I'm just gonna be right next to Atticus, ready to help if anything goes wrong.
All right.
I'll just say like these diamonds are for Pharaoh. I think they were meant for you. Just like,
Atticus, roll a persuasion check. Basically, is what it would be for you.
Persuasion. Okay.
Because it's your religious modifier plus proficiency bonus. I'm assuming you're proficient in persuasion.
21.
Not a natural one, which is all it requires on the first death.
Okay.
And this is Oris Ganondel's first death. The diamond immediately shatters and embeds itself into the chest of Oris Ganondel as he then looks up. What's going on? He starts backing away from you.
And he's like, this is why you don't fucking shoot people without seeing who they are.
I'm gonna immediately yell for Thalia and tell her to come.
Thalia runs inside. She sees her father. What happened? She sees Atticus yelling at Elburn. Atticus or Elburn, does an 18 hit your AC?
Yes.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Is
I
Thalia
take a reaction? Can I or no?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I take a reaction and
Just
parry. I parry it.
Okay, so you Thalia just immediately comes up to you to try to sock you right on the face. You parry the action, which then causes her to draw her sword and shove it against your throat.
Hold on, let me make sure I do this right with the reaction I just did, because I had to use the superiority die. Melee attack, use reaction, spend one superior, reduce the damage, and attack with that. Oh, so she definitely got me, but I reduce it by 3.
Yeah, you take well, no, the parry means that she doesn't get you. You reduce the damage.
Gotcha.
If you reduce it to 0, they basically miss. So you parried it,
great.
which throws her off to the side. She then takes out your sword and puts it right to your neck.
I go,
You shot
"Hey,
my father?
He was turned around, putting on robes that definitely have a bad history. Told me not to miss.
She
We're
shoves the sword in your chest.
Oh,
You
no.
immediately take
Good lord.
5 points of piercing damage. She shoves it into your upper shoulder.
I'm gonna
it's
run over and just try to. I'm not gonna like violently pull her back, but like try to kind of hold her back and say, "Wait."
She's roll an athletics check. She's gonna attempt to fight you.
She's almost surely more athletic than I am.
Oh dear.
Could she get advantage if I was helping her? Because I've been shadowing Avra and what she does basically this whole time.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and
Cool.
take an advantage.
Cool, that advantage is needed because I got a 5. Let's see what this one is.
Well,
Natural 1, so I got a 5.
she got a 12, so she pushes past you. Elburn, if you have a reaction in this moment, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'd like to get this fucking sword out my goddamn shoulder.
Okay, so you just pull the sword. For flavor, I said that she stabbed it through your shoulder, but then it's out. I don't want you to think that you're pinned down or anything.
Okay, gotcha. So I want to disarm her.
Okay.
So I'm going to do an unarmed strike, like at just like a disorienting like hit that's not like full force.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
She knows you're not just trying to punch her.
Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. So what are you wanting to do?
I'm disarming her of her sword.
She dropped the sword to the ground. She looks up at you.
I drop
And
my gun.
you see a single tear fall. She takes out her dagger and rushes towards you.
I dropped before she as the tear fell.
You've used your turn.
All right.
She rolls a 13, which misses. So she runs up to you and you dodge last second as she tries to hit you with the dagger.
As she does that, I shift out of the way, do one of these. I go, he's alive. It was an accident. He was clearly.
If it was an accident, then why are you fighting me and trying to hurt me?
You stabbed.
Who else are you trying to hurt? Because you shot my father, you imbecile.
Oh. Okay. You stabbed me on nothing. This
Yeah,
man
she
was
goes.
clearly-
She goes at you again. Doesn't appreciate your attitude. Gets a 19.
De-escalation, Albert.
Gets a
Literally,
19.
man, I'm standing here like this, just going.
And then punching her and making fun of her and being sassy. Okay, so you take.
I'm like,
You take 6 points. You did not act scared. Don't even pretend to say you act scared.
No, I mean,
you immediately got sassy with her, is what you did.
No, I'm literally standing there with my hands up like this.
I mean, you are, but your words are not matching your actions, buddy.
How would you react if someone shot your dad?
So you take 6 points of piercing damage. Is anyone else gonna try to
Can
stop
I
this or
cast
anything?
sleep?
Again.
I'd like to
If
cast
she's
sleep
wailing
on
on-
Elburn.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and cast sleep. Roll the
I was just trying
5d8.
to hold Thalia. Just trying to
Okay, out of
Hey.
It's what, 8d8?
Roll an athletics check, Atticus. Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I gotta roll for her. There's not. I assigned a DC to it.
And I'll just be saying he's alive. He's alive. Just
5d8.
She got a 6. So you got her. You're holding her right now. We're just waiting to see about the spell.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Literally
5d8's a
could
lot
not
of,
find-
or 8d8's a lot of d8, or is it 5d8?
I think it's just 5 because I'm only gonna use the first level slot for it.
Yeah.
So it's just 5. Okay. just gonna go ahead and use a calculator because I don't want to work.
You can't see my hands. Evan, you can't see my hands, but you're frozen in your character, and I'm doing this down at my side. I'm like frozen in my, like, because she has his arms. So we're both like frozen in our character positions waiting for this to happen.
That tells us our education was worth something, right?
Yeah, right. Commitment.
Object work.
27 hit points.
Do you have what hit points do you have remaining? I think it's probably over 27.
No.
78.
Yeah.
Remaining still, or total?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
what
my
is
total is 96.
Damn.
Hot damn.
how is your total 96?
He drank a potion. He drank a greater healing.
Well, but how is his total
Oh, yeah.
96?
Is that?
My total's 97.
Mine's
Okay,
83.
cool. I honestly
Okay.
just don't. I honestly just like I. That wasn't me questioning you. That was me questioning what level are you fucking guys at?
Yeah, I
On
have
one
a,
of-
I have a
on
plus
like
4 to
two-
Constitution.
I started chaos. I started chaos.
Okay, so it doesn't work, but I.
So yeah, Kelpie tries to put you to sleep, Elber, and you feel yourself like faint just a second, but nothing happens. You look over to Kelpie, definitely knowing that she just tried to do that to you. And Thalia just like is trying to fight against you, Atticus. She finally pushes away from you and then just runs over to her father, and is holding him.
Elburn,
Leave the
tell
room.
us,
I'm just gonna look at Elburn.
tell us exactly what happened. Exactly what happened.
I tell them exactly what happened. I took a warning shot by his head, and then he said, "You better not miss," and I said, "I won't," and I pulled the trigger.
When he
Well,
said
I will
better
say,
not-
do you describe to them, and this is me asking Elburn, the character, do you describe to them that the voice didn't sound like it was coming from him, or do you leave that part out?
No, I do say that.
Okay, cool. I just wouldn't have blamed you for not saying that, for not saying that
So
part.
just like a voice said that? I mean, it's your room, Elburn.
Elburn, I know that like we are in a high stakes situation, but you gotta stop just shooting people. You can't just shoot people.
In his
I-
defense,
people.
that was his first time ever shooting
Yeah.
somebody.
Okay, you can't attack people.
I take a very big deep breath. I lower my hands. I grab my pistol and I put it in my pocket. I turn around and I say, "You know what? I've had enough." I turn around and I walk out the door and I start walking back towards the entrance.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to Thalia and her dad. Is he conscious enough to speak?
Barely, but yes.
I'll lay on hands
Yeah, Revivify brings him back at one point. You lay on hands him.
for 5.
His total is 4. So, he's NPC. You know, some NPCs are just normal dudes. So this very normal 4 HP man looks up at you, and he says, "Thank you. Who are you?" Thalia, who are
I'm
these
sorry
people?
to rush you, but what do you remember? We'll fill you in on everything as soon as we can.
Thalia looks at him and she says, "These are my friends." You see that she starts to say, "This is the," and then she stops, knowing that Elburn told her about the lie, and so she says, "These are my friends. Please just tell them what you know." And he kind of says, "We were walking with the priest to the king to report my son's death, Thalia." And she kind of looks at him and she says, I know of Pharaoh, Father, but it didn't happen the way you heard." And he's confused, and they kind of talk about that for just a second, but then she's like, "Father, please, what else?" He says, "The last I remember is arriving in the upper tier with your mother and the priest. That's the last thing I remember."
Okay, I have been really trying to save the spell slot, but I'm gonna cast Locate Creature on Rev's dad.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
Um, let me think of the layout of this place. Sorry. You are. You get a ping, like diagonally below you, 1,000 feet away, like right on the edge.
Okay.
Diagonally below you.
I'll relay that to everyone. I think I know where he is. I can't keep track of him for long. We should move quickly.
But what about Elburn? Should we stop him?
At this point, it's go save some lives and defeat our main enemy right now, or worry about Elburn's feelings. So.
All right.
I guess.
So,
Can I just check their dad's neck for like bite marks or anything?
For sure you can, and I won't make you roll for that. You do not notice any bite marks.
I would also like to keep track of as we move closer, because it lasts for an hour, if it seems like they are continuously moving or if they're staying in that same spot.
Okay.
Or he, not they. He.
You notice that they are. I'll keep you updated on that.
Okay.
So you guys all leave the room. Do you look at any of the other stuff in the room? Just curious.
Yeah, as I kind of sit and like just put a hand on Talia's back. She's kind of like crouched there and like take a chance to like look around the room and see what else is.
Yeah. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh no! Okay, sure.
Do warlocks not have high Arcana?
Not this one. That's gonna be a 14.
14. Okay, so you know enough to know that that metal device on the table in the corner is for sure magic. And with the 14, you think it has something to do with the sapphire and emerald that are sitting on either side of it. That's all you get with the 14. You look at the books that are on the bookshelf, read the titles briefly in Elvish. They actually seem to be no books from Elburn. They seem to be books basically theorizing about Elburn, written by other. So it's like you actually would probably know anything way more than any of those books would.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Elburn
was the only one that could keep his secrets well.
Can I just grab one of the books?
For sure.
Just to read it.
Just read a book.
Just, Ray, you're muted. Okay.
So what's not important?
Sure.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. I want to, I guess, like mage hand push that stuff on the table into a bag.
Yeah. The mage hand is the latex gloves of the D&D world.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out later.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all you guys notice in that room. It definitely seems to be that these are like exhibits or homages to ancient wizards. Doesn't necessarily seem to be what?
The coat that
his dad's just wearing him. Yeah.
Looks good on him.
Do you want that cloak? Do you not want to wear it anymore? Yeah, let's maybe get you out of that jacket that you got.
As soon as you start taking the robe off of him, he starts screaming in pain. Oh, please! Stop! You don't actually do any damage because you stop when you realize you're doing pain, but you realize that he describes the sensation as if you're pulling off his skin with it.
Ew.
I think you need to get out of that jacket. This worries me a lot.
It seems like he's fine now, and I think
Avra
could probably get this off of him.
Yeah, Avra, roll an Arcana check for me.
Y'all, if we get in a fight, I'm gonna be useless. Ooh, a 27.
27. With a 27, you feel confident knowing Elburn as little or as much as you do that this curse or whatever, this spell that is on this jacket is meant to keep people from who are not Elburn from wearing it. but with a 27, you can tell that it only really comes into effect when they try to take it off. So as long as for right now he doesn't try to take it off, he should be fine.
Okay, I'll relay that. We'll deal with this later. Just leave it on for now. At least we know
You do
it's
pull it off, though.
Elburn's magic.
You do look good in it, sir.
I sort of emphasize the words Elburn's magic, and then move on.
I'm running after Elburn.
Okay, so the rest of you will continue down the hallway, the other hallway. Elburn, you hear a tick 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 as the rocket boots, not currently activated but still in their rocket state, being as how it lasts for 4 hours. Laszlo comes running up to you.
I'm still like walking at pace down the hallway. I'm not moving my token, but like I'm.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You don't have to.
I'm just like beside you, slightly hovering as you power walk down the hallway. Hey, Elburn, that was an amazing shot with your gun. Great work in there.
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
You know what, Laszlo? No, it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You want to talk about it?
Laszlo's trying to have a therapy session.
I am tired of my mistakes being the only ones that count. Somebody just released, because I don't know who broke the mirror. Somebody just released this axe. Fucking Kelfie released a dragon. The one mistake that I made happened thousands of years ago. The other mistake that I made was walking out into a lightning storm because I wanted to solve the problem that I made a mistake for. But the second that I make a legitimate mistake that was perfectly solved, I guess those count for me.
Well,
and every time that I have this issue with any single one of them, it's Elburn's fault. Elburn has...
Well,
I've given my entire life for this, Laszlo.
Yep.
Yep.
And now, you know, I try to explain myself, and I get it. I'm not a charismatic person. I never have been. I used spells and potions for that, so I could fucking do that back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm tired of my mistakes being the ones that matter to these people. But everybody gets one for releasing one of the most dangerous dark wizards in existence. Everybody gets one when we release the dragon.
Yeah.
I continue on this train of thought for like 5 minutes. Like
I keep trying to interject with something, but I never end up speaking.
I finally end with, I'm done.
Well, from what I heard, I mean, I would have done the same thing, shooting that person. He's wearing a spooky thing. I mean, I think most of the problem lies in the after fact. I think Talia was kind of heated. She escalated things too, so maybe you're both to blame. But, I mean, I think we're all going to make mistakes. I'm sure my one thing is going to be catastrophic for sure. I'll probably blow us all up. So I just, you know, I think you're really cool. And I hope you, I don't know, if you want to leave, you can leave, I guess. But I'm going to probably head back with the other people. But I hope you come back.
At this point, we're for sure, like, stopped right here. I just stopped and started ranting. I Harrison Ford point at him. I go, I'm glad you're with us.
Really?
You've been the only person in the past, like, weeks who's actually asked me kind of how I'm doing.
I don't know about that. I think everyone. Do you hear that?
I grab your arm, pick you up, and run back towards the group.
As you start running back towards the group, you see a familiar sight, Elburn. Laszlo, you don't see it.
Oh, God.
Elburn, the visage of a male elf that you have not seen in quite some time appears in front of you. The last time you saw this elf is when you were on your way to Devis with the party. And your motives with Mistra came into question before you eventually accepted that part of yourself. The avatar that Mistra chooses, an elf with a robe of purple, a collar popped, a gold coin dancing in between his knuckles, piercing yellow eyes. You look to Laszlo next to you and he's frozen in time. The elf looks at you. Mr. Proctor. What to do, what to do.
You know, I was hoping I never had to, like, see you again, specifically. 'Cause
Me as
time-
well. We all were. Elburn. Definitely me and the missus. You see, Elburn, you've lived a millennia. You are an ancient wizard with arcane knowledge beyond that of maybe anyone alive today. You have a martial prowess that you taught yourself. You embraced an industrial death invention in mere moments. You're obviously incredibly smart. And yet, you have yet to figure out the real reason you made that mistake so many years ago. And god darn it, we thought you did. We sure did.
What do you possibly mean? I know what I was trying to do.
Elburn, you weren't punished by Mistra because of your use of magic. You were punished by Mistra because of your urge to control magic. To be in control. The utmost control. Who's more in control than a deity? And yet, after a millennia, you still can't get over yourself. I heard you speaking with your little lizard friend. You want to know the main difference between the mirror that was shattered moments ago and the person you shot? She said sorry. You want control, Elburn. You want to be right. And you have shown us that you are not ready yet. The medallion in front of you, your scrying medallion, dissolves away. Do better. He blinks out of existence, and you and Laszlo are running down the hallway.
Definitely almost trip over my fucking feet.
Oh my god.
I stop and I just like have Laszlo by the arm. I'm like,
What's going on?
that,
Why do you're hurting me?
I slowly sit him down.
Actually, no. You realize that you're not holding him up. You think you're holding him up, but then you look down and he's just floating on his rocket boots at the correct height for you to be holding him.
Never mind. And I go back to the end.
So, with all that has happened, we're gonna go back because about 5 to 6 minutes has passed. I'm going to reveal this hallway for y'all, or hide it apparently. Hold on. Here we go. You see a long hallway that continues on straight and also curves off to the left here. So this would be the group minus Laszlo and Elburn. So when you guys get to this fork, what you doing?
I'm just following Abra.
Yeah, I'll have
Probably Laszlo.
Classic.
The brain
What'd you
trust
say?
can I check in with Laszlo or no? If we're all
Is it are you a requirement, Rev? Well, what we said is, even if you are, what we said is
We can
Rev just
all-
like keeps the channels open, so that you can communicate with you. So what it is you can communicate with any member of the Brain Trust plus Rev, but you can't communicate with any member of the Brain Trust without Rev. Is what it is.
Okay.
So yeah, you check
So
in
I'll
with.
just be like, I'll check in with Laszlo. Be like, hey, Laszlo, any progress?
I try to hide the fact that I'm using the brain trust on Elburn.
Well, it's this would be right around the time that you couldn't get a word in edgewise, so it's not that difficult.
everything's fine. We'll be back in a second.
Okay. We should wait for him.
I'll go ahead and have Gidget scamper down. Let's do the hall on the left
Scamper.
first.
Camper.
Hall on the left.
The hall on the right has to end sooner.
Oh wait, actually though, I have the locate creature on, so does that help me have it turned on? So does that help me sort of gauge which direction at all?
I'll answer all your questions by revealing that this is what the left hallway does, and as Gidget continues, you see that the right hallway ends in a dead end, and from the distance you can't see what it is, but what
Ew.
appears to be a bloody corpse at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, we don't need to fuck with that
I want to
shit
see
anymore.
it.
Right. cool.
Do you go up to it, the bloody corpse?
You want to go see a dead body, Red?
no.
Oh, I've seen many,
Yeah. So we don't need to see this one.
but what if it's cool?
It's probably
What if
not.
there's-
Oh,
what if
you're
there's,
right,
like,
you're
stuff
right.
We can
Nope.
maybe send Gidget down there, but I'm
How soon I lose myself after my mistakes.
I'm
Let's
going
go.
to.
I'm gonna go pop
in
it.
the hallway. There's like a marker where it's like, don't go past this line specifically, almost.
that line though.
That's fair.
I'm gonna take out some ink, maybe, and I just want to like, as we walk, splatter it a little bit so that like we can continue while Elburn and Laszlo are doing their thing, and they could follow our trail.
Yeah,
that-
easily enough.
Plausible.
They're on their way back. I don't think we should.
But yeah, but we don't know how
Be
long
there in
that's
5
gonna
minutes.
5 minutes.
Just if we start to move forward without them, I will be doing
Okay.
that, just
Alright.
for the record.
I would
Yeah.
say, first of all, are any of you checking out the dead body?
I wanted to walk up to that archway.
You walk up to
Not
the
go through
archway.
it.
Yeah, you walk up to the archway. Nothing happens. The
I
dead body
guess?
is in librarian garb.
the
No, no,
librarian,
no,
April.
you
That's your
guys,
favorite type
let's
of person.
not.
Like,
Well, the last librarian was not alive. I think we need to try to save the people who might still be alive.
Yeah.
Atticus, if you want to walk through that archway, you go for it.
Do
No,
you
my
get
friend.
any etchings,
no.
Rev?
what?
Do you have any etchings? Is there anything?
Yeah. Is there any like above the archway any markings that we've seen?
No, actually, you don't see anything. It actually, with looking at the archway, you see that it's not broken in the middle. It's unfinished. You see that this hallway maybe would have become something eventually, but that it just kind of like stopped happening, and so they just walled it off. Like it maybe
Kinda
would have
like
become a
look-
different section of the museum or something like that.
Can I check for traps on the archway?
For sure.
I
Roll an
mean, I don't think we
investigation
need to check. You can see.
check.
You can see something happened.
Let's just check. Oh yeah, pretty good. What is that, investigation?
Yes, sir.
24.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
It seems fine.
You didn't notice any traps right next to a wolf that barreled down on you.
Elburn didn't notice any traps.
Guys, if it's a library, we should just continue on.
Yeah,
I know.
all right, fine. But if there's something cool there and we missed out on it, then I'll
Well,
be bummed for a couple
oh,
minutes. Yeah,
darn.
we can move.
Then I'll be fun for a couple minutes. I would say with all this deliberation happening, by the time you guys get to this second corner, second tee up here, that Elburn and Laszlo would have gotten up to you. So you guys can all be at this second intersection up here.
All the way up.
Whoa, where'd they come from?
Elvin, did you see that dead body back there? Did you check that out by chance?
No.
I don't say anything. I just go.
Ah, okay.
Kathy.
Yeah, crazy weather we're having.
Oh,
In this dungeon.
Oh yeah, we're that was a weird thing I said.
Very,
So Rev goes into the middle there, and you can see that this hallway continues down in this direction, and that this hallway continues in this direction.
it's like this one goes back towards that main hallway towards Xavier's room, or at least along that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Does it slope down at all? Or?
Actually, you can see that it boop curls back up.
Mm.
Looks like
I'm
yeah.
gonna check out the left.
Yeah, let's check out the
Or
lab.
well, where's the beacon?
Oh,
The beacon is leading you down the right path.
the right.
Oh well.
Yeah, you might as well check
if
out
Rev
this
went
door,
down
though.
there, I definitely.
Rev.
Well, I mean, if I saw them start to go down there, I'd say I really think it's in this direction.
Mm.
Wait, do you mean right as in the right, not the left, or right as in correct?
I don't like that.
Anything on the door, Rev?
Yeah, check out the door before.
Before you even
wanna
get to
check
the
out
door,
it's fine,
Nope.
Oh,
before you
God.
even get to the door, you hear this nice
I don't like it.
jingling music.
This is scary kid shit.
I hate music.
You go to the door.
This is really peaceful.
The music gets a little bit louder. It's unlocked.
25 to look for markings.
Yes. It says the child wizard Edrina.
Nope.
I have
His
a
name's
book of
not
the Child
Chucky?
Wizard. Is that the same? Is that the same one?
That's
No,
the children.
yeah,
Okay.
What was the name, Zach?
Edrina.
Adrena.
We heard that
I-I-D-R-I-N-A.
name?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so far in the rooms we've opened up, we've stolen a book, we've released a wizard, we've fallen in acid, and we've shot a guy. So
We've gotten some cool stuff though.
That's
We've gotten
true.
Some maybe possibly
Got like
good stuff.
one cool thing.
We don't know what it is.
We got a
Pick
spell
up
book.
Pick up another orphan for the road.
No.
In the
Ellie
brain
could use
trust,
a
I'll
friend.
say, just a reminder, I can only know his location for a certain amount of time, so
So we should be quick.
yes.
I
You
won't touch
open the
anything.
door, and you immediately see that the room is basked in a deep pink light.
Nope.
Right in front of the door, you see a velvet red love seat that houses a couple of dolls. One of them has the head removed. The other one on the floor has a lace noose tied around its neck. To the right, you see a small table with a small lit candle. The table has a notebook of sorts on it. And then you see a red quilted bed. And in the corner of that bed, curled up with her knees in her chest, you see a little girl. She has black hair, really pale.
Divine sense.
Seems to be. You do divine sense.
I have
the
one.
shooter.
No undead, fiend, or celestial. No undead, fiend, or celestial appear.
I whisper, "Hello, little girl. Are you all right?"
Okay, fuck you, honestly.
She
slowly walk into the room.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
I will not. I will stand right here.
she begins to stand up.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Cheever. You want to leave?
Are you lost?
They've kept me down here for so long. They think
Fail,
that I'm
fail,
some
fail.
evil wizard.
Yeah.
Maybe
Can I make an
Erubrion can
insight
shoot
check?
this one.
You want to make an insight check?
Close the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an insight
I
check.
know we're here. I'm in the crossroads. I did not go in that direction.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, Ava, did you stay there?
I stayed at the crossroads, and I really wish that I had gone with you guys now, but I didn't.
There's a little girl in here. I think we're
Wait,
Fucking
Laszlo?
creepy. Stay away from her.
Laszlo?
Yeah.
Atticus, let go. Let me need to close the door.
Laszlo, the treatment that this little girl has gone through is abhorrent. And it's disgusting.
Yeah. Hey,
And
little
she
girl, what do you...
seems to really need your help.
Right. I walk over to her. Do you like holes or?
Hold on. I'll walk up with Laz. Stay right
I-
there.
No.
Sure.
Sweet. I'm gonna put a 2.
That's not something you ask kids.
So Laszlo and Atticus, you walk in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk over to her.
Rev, are you staying inside, or are
staying-
you going, or staying outside, or are you still going inside?
Staying outside.
Staying outside? Okay. I was just curious.
I hate the circus
Just
music.
curious.
She looks at you. I could really use some help, please.
What kind of help?
We have other problems to deal with, guys.
I kind of think we should leave, Laszlo.
Hey, just
I
check
just
in.
I just want some help, please.
It's the creepiest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Get the fuck out then.
They think that I'm the resurrection of some Idrina, and I'm not. Okay, I'm not.
Can I do an
Please.
insight check on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
God, if he
9.
believes it, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
You said 9?
9. Yep.
I mean,
This is Laszlo's one.
this is a little girl, Atticus. You
We're all
see,
getting ours.
you see Georgia.
Oh, fuck me.
Listen, everybody, I swore an oath.
To who?
What oath?
Please
It's valid an oath.
just, please tell me I can leave this room. Please tell me I can leave this room.
Yeah, you can leave your room. No
All
traps.
right, that was all right.
Be
Thank
careful.
you.
There is acid in one of the
Thank
rooms.
you so much
I'm Laszlo. Nice to meet you.
for giving
Just
me
one word.
permission.
What?
Because
Vampire.
that's all I needed.
If you-
Yep. Just like the dragon.
Actually,
it's fine. It's fine.
I actually am
It's fine.
gonna
Everything's
take
fine.
back my permission. Is that cool? Or, Atticus, I think we should leave.
Why are you scared?
It's too late now, buddy.
Well, wait,
I'm
what's
not-
wrong? Why
I'm
are you
not scared. You think I'm scared?
Why would you take back your permission? Do you not
Okay,
want me
I
to leave
don't.
this room?
Yeah, you're right. I don't. Wait, are
Fucking
you a
make
vampire?
decision, Laszlo.
Are you a vampire? You have to say yes.
Am I a vampire?
I didn't get any ping.
No!
Okay.
I'm just a wizard you let free. And she snaps, and she's gone.
There's his one.
That's 2.
Laszlo, you were right. You got your one and done. Pretty early.
Laszlo, that was you.
No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't disappear. She doesn't disappear. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Oh.
She looks at you. She says, "I'm just a wizard you let free."
Oh, okay.
Are you a good wizard or a bad wizard?
Well,
Is your name Galinda?
all I want is to make everyone like me.
Oh boy.
Mm.
Well, you're doing a
What
pretty good job so
way?
far.
Like everyone like you, or everyone like you?
Who are you?
Like shouting from the door. Do you want to
Okay,
make everybody
uh,
a child?
She grabs both of you on the wrist. I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
God
You
damn
got
it,
a
guys.
+4, Laszlo.
Right. This is easy.
Oh my
I'm
God.
anxious.
Oh, come on.
I
I got a
am-
I just imagine.
Constitution.
I
Constitution.
got a 22.
I'm just watching
Uh,
Ava and Elfie
I got a
change
10.
preferences.
Oh no,
Uh,
+4. I got a 14.
As you're both sitting there, you look over at Atticus, Laszlo, and he immediately shrinks down to size, and his clothes fall over top of him as Atticus becomes a 6-year-old. And that's where we're going to leave off for tonight.
What?
And we will pick up.
My God.
And we're gonna take a week off. Great.
We're actually going to be taking 2 weeks off.
2 weeks?
As
we should be on the 20th. We should be here.
No, yeah, it's the 20th. We'll be here the 20th. It'll just be without Elburn, which seems not very good. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll talk to Evo. But yeah, a spell has just been cast on Atticus to turn him into the body of a 6-year-old. So we'll see what happens.
But buff 6-year-old though.
It's like that Russian gymnast kid. who's just
Yeah.
like-
Exactly, that's what I was just thinking of when he said that. Yeah. Okay, so we got lots of spooks left. So tune in on the 20th for more spooks, and then tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central for our second session in the Lavaria Galaxy, or the Lavaria System. It's another
Lavaria
name for the
region.
galaxy. Sorry, guys.
The Lavaria star theme.
But it's in the Star Wars 5e system. It's gonna be fun. So please come join us, and just stay tuned into all of our social medias. We're constantly changing stuff up, making announcements, even releasing new content. So just follow us there at Charmed Persons, pretty much everywhere. Thank you all. I love my players very much. I love you all very much. Thank you. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.